butterscotch egg and black pudding when you're about to speak for 3 hours on TV.
I always forget something when it comes to the stream, whether it's setting up the YouTube, setting the Discord, proper category switch, all types of stuff. But anyway, we're also on YouTube multi-streaming, so if you want to check out the YouTube, go ahead, it's right there. I forgot to activate the YouTube live stream when the show starts.
Scoping the perimeter. One small threat detected.
Roger that, Agent A. One minuscule threat. Not anything we haven't neutralized before.
Oh, the YouTube.
Well, I'm so glad that the bootleg men in black decided to crash the party with this ugly little worm. Hey, hi, still talking. Listen, we all see that I'm small, obviously, but clearly this small threat is a big threat to you and that title reign. Otherwise, it wouldn't have taken all 1, 2, 3 of y'all to beat me.
Oh, she has a good point. Yeah, so how about tonight? We see what happens when the odds are even. Fine. P&A are ready.
Gladly.
We'll do this then.
Oh yeah, you're ready?
Why did it take this?
All right. Looks like we got a match here. Gonna set up for this one.
Stepping up to face the secret hermit.
This is gonna be
The following
interesting. Let me
tag
figure out a way
team
to
match is
click this in.
scheduled for one fall. Introducing first,
Carter.
the team of Katana Chance and Aiden Carter.
Opportunities for Carter and Chance of late have been limited, but what a great opportunity to put yourself back in the mix. They're up against the Secret Hermits next here on SmackDown.
It didn't even let me type out fully Secret Hermits. I gotta mute these commercials or keep talking or else I'll get in trouble. There we go. Team Rave Secret Hermits, I like that. Let's change that up since I got plenty of time to do that. Team Rave. Caden Carter and Katana Chance teaming up with Zelina Vega to take on Secret Hermits and the Women's United States Champion Chelsea Green, favorite of Mike. Now it's not letting me do it. Great job, Mike. You broke it. Oh, that's why. I'm telling you, nothing is working today. Nothing wants to work properly today. Can you believe they're putting matches in the Hall of Fame? I kind of like that. I'm not going to lie to you. I kind of like the idea of putting matches in the Hall of Fame. I think it's a really neat idea. UFC does it, and I think it's very smart. I think it's very smart. I didn't see what matches specifically they're putting in the Hall of Fame. Did they announce what matches that they are putting into the Hall of Fame? I'm very bad at keeping up with the news because I choose to stay away from wrestling Twitter, or I choose to not read anybody's tweets. I can't stand wrestling Twitter. I can't really stand wrestling social media. I just utilize it because I have to, because if I don't, then this whole operation is in trouble. Austin versus Brett from WrestleMania 13. Okay. I'm not mad at it. It probably wouldn't have been my first choice. My first choice, I would have either went with Savage Steamboat from WrestleMania 3, or I would have went with Taker HBK WrestleMania 25. But Austin versus Brett is a good choice because it's the quintessential perfect example of an unintended double turn in a wrestling match rather in a promo, or rather than having it in a segment where there's a double turn or anything like that. It happened in a match, and it was simply because that's the way the fans wanted it, and so I am not mad at Austin versus Brett from WrestleMania 13 being in the Hall of Fame. I honestly think that might be... Can you think of a better Stone Cold Steve Austin match as they're showing it on SmackDown right now? They're talking about it. Can you think of a better match from Stone Cold Steve Austin's catalog and maybe even Bret Hart's catalog? Could you think of a better match from either of those men in their careers that have actually would have deserved this accolade? I don't know. I don't think you can.
These two men are battering each other.
The physicality just got that much more
I like the
intense.
match as an
You can
option,
sense that
but if you
something
want
extraordinary
iconic,
is
it's
taking
Hogan
place.
versus
All of
Andre
a
or
sudden,
Rock versus
something
Hogan.
Bret Hart would do. He would get booed, and Stone Cold,
Like,
he's been cheered.
I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm an old man, or like I don't know what it is, but the Hogan Andre match doesn't do it for me like everybody else does.
Such a beautiful story. Without
If you were
Bret,
running
I don't think you got
SmackDown
Stone
the
Cold.
night before Mania Night 1, would you do the Hall of Fame show
The
at the
WWE Hall
Sphere
of Fame is
and
now
not
going to
have
be inducting
SmackDown
great
that
matches
week?
of
No,
all
I
time.
would
The
not
immortal
sacrifice
moment.
any
And no
sort
doubt,
of
WrestleMania 13,
any sort
Bret
of
Hart,
TV
Stone Cold
time
Steve Austin,
that
more
we
than
could
deserving.
use to
Yet
build
another
up the
reason to
show
buy your tickets
and
to the Hall of
potentially
Fame
sell
ceremony
last
at
minute
the Fountain
tickets.
Blue in
You
Vegas.
never,
You go to
ever, ever,
Ticketmaster.com.
as a
Folks,
business,
I wanna let you
want to
know,
jeopardize
Bret Hart
like any
and
sort
Stone
of
Cold
way
Steve Austin
that you can
are
make
going
money.
to be
And
there
that
for
that
induction.
Friday SmackDown, you can make it a big show where it could really like get people talking like, oh shit, you know, like WrestleMania. Yeah, you never ever want to sacrifice a potential selling of the show. The spear thing is nice, but honestly, it's not necessary. I think they're doing it. This is a beautiful idea to do the UK European tour right before WrestleMania and get that vibe, because it really feels like WrestleMania season, but it's only because of the crowds. The crowds are making it feel like it's WrestleMania season. So I think going and doing the European tour right before WrestleMania was a genius idea. Genius idea. Bret vs. Owen was a classic at WrestleMania 10. Yes, it was. Austin vs. Rock at 15 or 19. I would go Austin Rock 19. Austin's retirement match probably was I always tell people, wrestling is subjective. What one person may like the most, another person may feel differently about it, and that's okay. Albert Fire checking the referee here is fantastic. But you know, my thinking was the night is going to be 6 hours with 2 shows in one night. I would move the Hall of Fame to Thursday night. I would move the Hall of Fame, or I would make I would move the Hall of Fame, and I would also make sure the Hall of Fame is not an event open to the public. I believe the Hall of Fame should be an event just for wrestling and wrestling personalities. If anything, maybe wrestling media, so that they could cover the show, be allowed to attend the show. But having fans in attendance, I mean, it's a quick way to make extra buck, I guess. Nice up and over from Katana Chance there. Carter goes for the cover, only gets a 2 count as Alba Fire kicks out. It must be tough to wrestle in that outfit.
Strowman coming up next from right here in London.
All gold on the line.
It must be tough. Alba Fire and Piper Niven wrestling in their secret Hervis attire, not their traditional wrestling ring gear attire. So again, it must be a little difficult. Tag team maneuvers from I thought it was Vega. I thought this was a triple threat or a 6-woman. This is not a 6-woman. It's just a secret Hervis versus Katana Chance and Kate Carter. I thought Zelina Vega was going to be involved in the match, but I was wrong. That's okay. Hopefully you guys have gambled your channel points. I know Mike has probably selected the Secret Hervis on behalf of Chelsea Green. But yeah, I always thought the Hall of Fame should be exclusive to just, you know, the WWE superstars, their families, and the WWE employees. I just think it's more of a what's I don't know, like the fans have been better ever since that one incident where somebody tried to attack Bret Hart. But I don't know. It's just, for me, I think it's a better idea just to have it for the employees of the WWE and not have to worry about the fans being unruly and hijacking the show with their chants and their cheers and all of that stuff. But that's just me. But I do like the idea of putting a match into the Hall of Fame. I think that's pretty cool. They're kind of taking the idea from the UFC, which I think is very, very smart. And I am not, I do not object to Austin versus Bret from WrestleMania 13 being the one to go in the first. I think that's a great match. There's plenty of other matches that we're going to see, like I said. Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 25. WrestleMania 26 should probably go in there. Austin versus HBK, WrestleMania 14. Steamboat Savage, WrestleMania 3. Hogan Rock, WrestleMania 18. Hogan Andre, WrestleMania 3. The main event from WrestleMania 1 should go in there. Lesnar versus Angle, WrestleMania 19 should go in there. Trying to think of any other ones. No Way Out, where Eddie Guerrero beat Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship, should probably go in there as well. Big Boss Man versus Al Snow in that dog food match? Nah. I don't think I think that was voted one of the worst matches of all time. I'm pretty sure I read on some like prestigious list that it was they're only doing Mania matches. Oh, that's kind of dumb. That's kind of dumb. I think there should be more than just Mania matches. I think it should be for every match. I think every match should be potentially up for Hall of Fame induction, because then you miss out on Money in the Bank 2011, John Cena versus CM Punk. There are so many matches, like I said, that Brock Lesnar, Eddie Guerrero match. The Montreal Screwjob.
Alba Fire and Piper Niven.
Can't forget about the Iron Man match from WrestleMania 12. The Iron Man match, can't forget about that one.
Being outmaneuvered by Caden Carter.
CM Punk versus The Undertaker at WrestleMania 29. I could do this all night. I could do this all night. Caden Carter with the springboard leg drop on Alba Fire. Goes for the cover, but only gets a 2 count.
2 count there as Alba Fire was able to kick out.
Every Chris Benoit match, somebody posted, there's every so often, you know, on social media, people like to regurgitate posts that have gotten high engagements and things like that because they want their own engagements. Somebody reposted a tweet about Chris Benoit going, why did Chris Benoit do what he did? And somebody posted that compilation of every time Chris Benoit probably had a concussion in a wrestling ring. And it's the scariest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I gotta find it, and then if I find it, I'll post it in the Discord, because the Discord is basically where you can post stuff like that and not have to worry about weirdos commenting on it. But it's a compilation of every single, like, Chris Benoit flying headbutt, every time he took a chair shot to the head, every time he missed a dive. It's the scariest thing on the fucking planet. It's insane.
Perfect time in there from
Caden Carter disposes of Alba Fire. Carter and Chance now working as a tag team. Carter flies off the top rope to the outside, taking out Alba Fire, leaving Katana Chance alone there with Piper Niven. And Carter gets back on the apron.
All alone in the ring.
And for Carter and Chance, this is their first televised match.
Ducks the clothesline from Piper Niven, hits it with a super kick.
And they are coming out to prove themselves. Now Chelsea Green's up on the apron. Chelsea Green is up on the apron, distracting the referee.
Somebody get Chelsea Green off the apron.
Momentum away from Carter and Chance.
Uh-oh.
Never turn your back on Piper Niven.
And instead,
oh, Piper Driver.
And
the Secret Hervis gets the win.
Here are your winners, Piper Niven, Alba Fire, the Secret Hervis.
Well, what a debut matchup for this Secret Hervis tag team.
Have you or anyone in chat watched Evolve yet? There are some good young wrestlers on Evolve. I was just wondering what you thought of Evolve. The show only lasts about 45 minutes. Unfortunately, I have not, but I should get into it because the clips I do see of Evolve do look pretty interesting. I like the way they've built up things there in Evolve. I do know, being that, you know, I paid attention to like the independent circuit, you know, how Evolve is run, and I like the fact that Evolve is being run just like it was when it was on the indies. It's not just because it's a WWE show now that it has to be run differently. The only thing different about WWE Evolve is that it's a TV show, so they have to do different TV show things yet. But I'm gonna look into checking it out. It looks like a very interesting show. I did see a couple clips of when Jack Cartwheel had his match on Evolve, and he's a favorite of mine. Oh, Alba Fire just took out Zelina Vega.
She's courageous, but she's out.
Piper Niven follows up with a senton and just squashes Zelina. Jesus. But yeah, I have to take time to watch Evolve. I want to see what that show's all about. I also have to catch up on WWE LFG, Legends and Future Greats. Tons of programming for WWE. Here's LA Knight, the U.S. champion.
This is going to be a heck of a matchup. Braun Strowman's going to go for gold against the megastar. It's Big Braun versus LA Knight.
Yeah, but thanks for reminding me. I gotta keep up on WWE Evolve. I like the fact that Gabe Sapolsky is the guy running the show. Gabe Sapolsky is the guy that basically created Evolve when it was an independent promotion. And he's a protege of Paul Heyman. He's come from the learning tree of Paul Heyman in terms of how to book a show. That's what made Evolve kind of so successful when it was on the independent circuit, was that Gabe had a mind for booking wrestling. Also, Gabe is also the creator and original founder of Ring of Honor. So the guy's been around the block. He knows what the hell he's doing. So yeah, I definitely have to take your advice, Jason, and check out WWE Evolve. If you guys can, do me a favor, check out the latest episode of the Ringside Rundown podcast. That is a link to the latest episode. We dropped it on Wednesday. It's us talking about the high cost of being a wrestling fan. Everything from having to buy wrestling tickets, to concessions, to merchandise, to even the fucking food in the arenas that you have to pay for. We talk about it all and how it coincides with being a wrestling fan. Please do me a favor and check it out when you get a chance. If you need a platform to check out where you can listen to podcasts, you can check out our link tree. I'm sorry, the fucking link tree never wants to god dang work. I don't understand why this doesn't work. This one just doesn't decide to work, so I have to do it manually. Links. There we go. There's the link tree to check out different platforms to find the Ringside Rundown podcast. Also, where you can find us on social media like Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Ringside Rundown, plus a link to our Discord. Everything associated with the Ringside Rundown you can find in that link tree. You can also check out the Discord here If you want to join us, that is where we talk about professional wrestling, but we also talk about other things in the Discord too, like sports, music, movies, TV shows, gaming, a whole bunch of other stuff. So if you need a positive, safe space to come and make some friends, come and check us out in Discord. Also, if you're a content creator, if you stream on Twitch, let me know, and I can have the bot send out a ping every time you go live on Twitch so that our community members can also check out your stream. And obviously, of course, if you want to be generous and show some love and support the channel, maybe help me get a cup of coffee or a hot dog or a soda, there is a tip link right there. All tips go back into Ringside Rundown content, whether it be paying for pay-per-views or anything like that. I rarely keep any of the money for myself. All the money I make from Twitch and subs and all that stuff goes to paying for pay-per-views and things like that. Donate some money to watch Eric drink Prime. I guess. I mean, if you want me to drink Prime, I'll drink the Prime. I just have to get it. I don't even know where to get Prime. Can you get Prime at like Walmart or something? I would assume so. I'll drink Prime. My next shopping trip, we'll do a Prime taste test on stream. How about that? I don't know if I should get any Prime Energies, because if I have to taste like 3 or 4 different Prime Energy drinks, I'm the type of taste tester. I like to drink the drink. You know what I mean? Some people like to take little sips. You know, I like to drink the drink. You know, give me the drink. This is what we're here for. So I got to be careful if they're energy drinks. I'll be up till tomorrow. I get it at 7-Eleven when I do get it, but soccer star Lionel Messi has a similar product, so I've been grabbing his. Oh, we got an energy drink battle, huh? So how's the Messi energy drink? I just saw a commercial. I didn't know Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson had his own energy drink as well. Here's back to SmackDown.
I want to extend a special thank you to The Weeknd.
The Weeknd got another WrestleMania theme. I swear they should put The Weeknd into the Hall of Fame for all of his WrestleMania themes.
May 16th.
They're not energy drinks, they're hydration drinks. What the fuck is the difference?
One of the biggest music stars in the UK sitting right behind us, Lewis Capaldi. His song "Someone You Love" became the longest running top 10 UK single of all time by a British artist.
Wow.
I know he's a huge Drew McIntyre fan, and he's sitting right behind us. And right next to him,
that guy looks scary.
Oban Elliott, the
UFC welterweight fighter, Oban Elliott.
The Welsh gangster. Do not mess
One
with this
gives
guy.
you an ass load of caffeine. The
Do
other
not turn
gives you
around.
electrolytes. I'll go with the caffeine.
He's on an 8-win streak.
I'll go with the caffeine.
My eyes firmly
I need
placed
the caffeine.
in the opposite direction. My nose is already badly beat up enough, but look what's coming our way. It's one big
All right, we got LA Knight defending the U.S. Championship against Braun Strowman. Setting up the channel points right now for you guys to gamble.
And it's for the United States Championship. Introducing the challenger, weighing in at 355 pounds, Braun!
Oh my God.
The chance to have this, and then afterwards,
That one got
viciously
me.
beaten down by Solo, Tamatanga, and Fatu, only to then be saved by the guy who will be his
Thank you for the 50 bits.
opponent. The
I
title
appreciate it.
champion.
Yeah, so two
That one
big
caught me
battles
off
of
guard.
furious
I think,
as
did I
I've
add
ever
an,
seen
I'm not,
Jacob
this is not,
Batum, thanks to that
this is not an
critical
indication
error
of
that
me
Solo's
telling you
last
to
week.
go activate
Furious
it,
and Jacob
but I
Batum
think I added a new
that
blurb.
is
I
quite
think
the
I did,
statement, but I will say I felt
I always go
made
for
a
my heart
critical
because I feel
error
it in my
in
sternum.
saving Braun
So I get
Strowman
like,
from
I
that
get like
beatdown last
heart
week, knowing full
palpitations.
well they were gonna face each other
Hey, it's LA Knight, yeah.
His opponent from
I said not to do it. I said not to do it.
40 pounds, he
Jesus Christ.
United States champion.
My mother's gonna love that one.
Wait, he may be
Oh
the
my
US
God, my
champion,
mom's gonna
but
love
listen,
that
we've been
clip.
on the road here on the European tour for 3 weeks.
That shit was loud too, man.
He is
Holy hell.
It is the international language of Cavalca.
That was loud.
And I'll tell you this.
Yo quiero Taco Bell. I'm glad. I actually had Taco Bell earlier. Yeah, I had Taco Bell. I got the Cantina steak tacos. Not really anything to go crazy over. They're like little mini chalupas, and they come two in a container. You get 2 little mini chalupas. I got the steak one. I mean, I don't know how great Taco Bell steak meat is. It's probably a grade below dog food, but it is what it is.
3 weeks.
All right, so we got Braun Strowman,
of his current reign.
an
That's
LA
an
Knight for the
interesting
United
statement,
States
Wwe,
Championship.
When you said that LA Knight made a critical error a week ago, that he should have recognized.
It's not the size of the chalupa, it's about how you enjoy it. That's right, that's what she said. That's what she said.
I mean, you're in the locker room. He did the right thing, didn't he?
Morally, the right thing is not necessarily
I don't even know if I have
the
it,
same
that's what
as
she said,
the
but
right
I
thing,
don't. I
especially
should.
if you want a long championship reign.
That works just
The
as
right
well.
thing to do, in my opinion, would be to allow Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, and Tamatonga to tear a strip out of this monster and make your task that much easier tonight.
That's not who LA Knight is.
Off the ropes comes LA Knight.
Regret that in a few minutes.
Strowman telegraphed his next move. Hey, a hip toss.
Strowman, who sees winning this
A hip toss from Braun
as his
Strowman. Never thought I'd see that
to
before.
WrestleMania 41.
Kick out from LA Knight.
These two, of course, have been tag partners on occasion in recent weeks because they've both been on the receiving end of attacks and
Braun
beatdowns.
Strowman. Braun Strowman moving a little bit better than he did last week. Last week he looked like he was hurting. Now he's got a little pep in his step as he goes over the top rope thanks to LA Knight. LA Knight off the ropes. Single leg kick to create some separation. Now a full drop kick. That's what he's talking about.
As he takes control against Big Braun.
Oh, never mind.
What a boot by Braun Strowman.
Never mind.
Trying to win the U.S. Championship here in London.
I guess they're going in picture in picture. Oh no, full commercial break. All right, full commercial break. Fine. Whatever you say. Check me out on TikTok if you guys are on TikTok. I don't do any funny dances or anything like that. It's basically just highlights of the stream and things like that. So come check me out on TikTok. Could always use some love on TikTok. Remember the Braun Big Show match when they were starting to build Braun, the drop kick and the kip up he did? Wild stuff. Yeah, I think he got reprimanded for that. I think he got reprimanded for that, where they were like, we don't need you doing that type of stuff as a big man. We just want you doing big man shit. We don't need you doing a drop kick or a kip up or anything like that. Which, like, I kind of see their point, but my point, fucking Vince. Yeah, my point is, if he kept doing that stuff, how much damage would he be putting on his knees and his legs and things like that? Being a man his size, it's probably more of a daunting task to do those things on his legs and on his kneecaps. So maybe, if you think about it, maybe they were saving him. I don't know. But it was very old school mentality, like, you're big, you don't need to be doing cruiserweight shit as a big giant man. We need you to be a big giant man. If that's how I remember, if I recall, that was that whole thing. That's why you only seen him do it one time. You saw him do it one time, everybody was like, oh yeah, that was cool, don't do it again. Imagine that. You do something cool at your job and they tell you not to do it again. Oh, these food commercials driving me crazy. We go from a fucking Domino's commercial, now we got a Wawa commercial. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, you can check out all these food commercials if you want. All you got to do is subscribe to the channel. One of the incentives you get as a Twitch subscriber is a secret part of our Discord opens up, and you can watch the shows that I am reacting to. In this case, if you don't have access to SmackDown, subscribe to the channel. Make sure your Twitch and your Discord are linked together in your account section of your Twitch, because they automate who gets to get into the secret section and who doesn't. I have no control over that. Only Twitch does. So you have to make sure that your Twitch and your Discord are connected and linked together, and then you can hop up into the secret section and watch SmackDown if you don't have access to it, instead of just listening to me talk over all the important stuff. The crowd lost their mind when he did the kip up. I was stunned a man that big could do that. Yeah, it always surprises me when men that big can do that sort of stuff. It usually makes sense for them to do it every once in a while. I would be of the contingent that would be like, don't do it too many times because it takes away the effect of it, you know?
Against LA Knight, his first title defense of his second reign for LA Knight, as he looks to rally here, but lifting up the 385 pounds is a different story.
The elbow
big boot to the face.
Of the Megastar, but the Megastar somehow still bouncing back. Nice bulldog.
Big bulldog from LA Knight off the second rope to Braun Strowman.
Off his feet and get a little recovery time for the Megastar, much needed after the beatdown he's received.
Long beatdown, much of it on the outside of the ring, put forth by Braun Strowman. But LA Knight trying to get the best of Big Braun. Strowman, who earned this title shot last week, but Jacob Fatu was DQ'd in their match. Fatu was irate at Solo Sikoa afterwards and costing him what would have been this title opportunity.
That's what LA Knight's got to do. Whoa! Whoa! Wait a minute, LA Knight. What a back suplex.
For someone with the mass of Braun Strowman.
And this crowd here in London appreciates it.
Off the ropes.
Dropping the
elbow drop from LA Knight.
Into the cover, hooking the leg, looking to retain.
Braun Strowman kicks out at 2 off that elbow drop.
Yeah, and that is devastating for a
not going to be enough to put him away.
Heavy artillery, and they kick out with ease like Braun Strowman just did. It's different rules when you're fighting a competitor.
LA Knight going for the blunt force trauma. Oh, that's one quick way to get a concussion.
Looking at the BFT attempt.
BFT, and immediately back on the offense.
Sent out again onto the floor.
This is one enraged monster right now.
The shirt is off. The intent is obvious.
Time for the choo-choo train.
The Strowman Express is chugging along.
Choo-choo.
What in the world?
Disqualification nation.
Jacob Fatu.
Jacob Fatu.
Jacob Fatu comes in and now is on the attack.
Yeah, that blur you saw was indeed the Samoan werewolf, who apparently is
another triple threat match. Oh!
Drop across the announce desk.
That sounded like it hurt.
Happened a week ago in all the
that sounded like it hurt.
The lost opportunity for Fatu, and now he's taking it out on his chief rival, Braun Strowman.
Well, Fatu, desperate to win gold for his family, lost that opportunity last
So wait,
week.
who did he attack first? Braun Strowman, right? I'm trying to correctly. Who wins via disqualification? It would be Braun Strowman, right?
Week after week, there have been battles and brawls and incidents, and now this shocker that puts it in.
They're doing Olay chants with Fatu. LA Knight back in there. LA Knight going for the BFT on Jacob Fatu. Blocked it. Samoan drop. I believe Braun Strowman was the initial attack.
Look at this.
Strowman has been here before. We remember what happened at Saturday night's main event. The cranium.
Nobody thought Braun Strowman was going to win because they assumed he was going to lose the opportunity for the U.S. Championship. He wins via disqualification.
The way they look tonight in
Jacob
London.
Fatu. Oh no. Very reminiscent of Saturday night's main event.
When Jacob Fatu smells blood, there is no stopping him. I don't care if you've got a stun gun, pepper
Do you know
spray,
Jacob
or a
Fatu also
chainsaw.
has a brother that is a professional wrestler? Double jump moonsault. Oh.
Breaking the laws of physics and biology.
Another triple threat for Mania would be insane.
Braun Strowman
We do not need
was
another
closing
triple
in on
threat for
potential
Mania.
victory, and now
Oh.
jump up, mighty moonsault from Fatu.
Braun Strowman is a physical wreck in the middle of that ring.
Yeah, but I found out today Jacob Fatu has another brother who's a
He felt it was taken
professional
away from
wrestler,
him a week ago.
hoping to make it one day
And
into
Solo
the
Sikoa stepped
WWE.
into his business, and now Jacob Fatu just made everything his business. Destroying
Maybe
this
Saturday
US
is only
Championship
triple
match
threat matches.
And Braun Strowman.
That would be insane. I would hate that. I hate that.
Me and you next week. You? Well, sure. As long as you don't trip and fall like your brother. Let's go.
Smacked him. Somebody said in my comments that he smacked him so hard he changed his name back to Walter.
Tess, I'll tell you what. It's
Hey,
been
it's
4
Jackie
days
Redmond.
And people are still talking about that slap. So, joining me now is one Jimmy Uso.
Hey, it's Big Slim Jim.
Jimmy, I'll tell you what. I knew WWE was going global this month. What I did not know is that we would get the slap heard around the world.
You know what, Jackie? I would do it again. And I will keep on smacking Gunther
Bonk
if I
yourself.
need to. I'm going to tell you like this. My brother Jay is
Bonk
all up in
yourself.
his head. He's got that doubt creeping on him. Just
Matter of
because
fact-
he's 0-3 against Gunther don't make him unbeatable. The ring general can't be got. I will go to Raw. I will bust Gunther's ass. My brother will go to WrestleMania. He will
Yeah, double
bust
bonk
Gunther's ass
indeed.
and become the world heavyweight WWE champion. And we leaving just like this, Jackie.
He's gonna get jumped. Hey, it's Mellow Don't Miss.
Oh, I was just, I just think it's funny, that all of a sudden you're a tough guy, even though throughout your entire career you've just been the other Uso.
Wow.
Don't you get it?
Smack the
Like,
shit out of
you
him
and Your
too.
brother, your career sidekicks. Gunther is the main character. He is the lead. You're not gonna beat Gunther, and neither is Jay. And let me tell you another thing. Like, you two are just blips on the trailer that was Roman's bloodline.
Doing all that talking from outside the club, man. You can't even get in.
Look, take it from me. Former WWE champion, main eventer of WrestleMania. You'll never know what it means to carry this industry. And after WrestleMania, neither will Jay.
Wow.
Oh, and by the way, if you ever slapped me like that, you'd still be on the ground.
You know what, Miz? It's me and Gunther on Raw Monday. But I'm gonna go holler at Nick Aldis and how about Miz versus Jimmy Uso tonight? Yeah.
Miz just got punked out.
That could be fun. Well, you see the London Eye in the background there, 135 meters tall. Want to remind you that Sam Roberts and Mega Morant, they dive into everything from Monday Night Raw and WWE on Raw Recap. That's brought to you by Fanatics. It's available every Tuesday on WWE.
I hope you guys have had a
audio
great
platforms,
weekend
wherever you
or
get your
great
podcasts.
week,
It's a
rather. It
great
is the weekend.
listen. And this week,
Weekend
if you
is
listen to
just
the
getting
episode, the
started.
special guest is Jey Uso. So don't miss that. It comes out every Tuesday. Coming up next, we're just a week removed from Naomi's attack on Jade Cargill. These times are far different with Naomi. When we return,
Uh-oh, we're going to hear from Naomi, the attacker. I still think, a lot of people still think that Bianca Belair was still part of the attack to Jade Cargill. I don't know how you guys perceive it, but a lot of people are still saying they're not buying it. They think that Bianca Belair still had something to do with it. I don't know. We shall see. They're not really implementing any of it to Bianca Belair's triple threat match. They should just rename WrestleMania Triple Threat. Although they said this Monday it is Rhea versus Io for the Women's World Championship. And then that will finalize the match at WrestleMania, I think. I think that's what they're saying. I think that's how we're going. There's like AEW levels of confusion surrounding this. I don't know. Hey, a Taco Bell commercial. Tomorrow I'll be streaming, we'll be catching Tuesday's episode of NXT, which I haven't seen. So I want to stay current with NXT. So I'll be watching that. The stream will be starting tomorrow at 6:30. And we'll be watching NXT. That'll take us right into AEW Collision. I think Collision is still happening on Saturday. If anybody knows any different, please let me know. I didn't see anything that said Collision will not be shown at its regular time. But you know, with AEW, you can never tell. You can never tell with AEW. Think it's a regular time? Well, if it's regular time, then I will be here. Like I said, the stream will be starting at 6:30. Going to be catching Tuesday's NXT. See what's going down there. I know Stephanie Vaquer defended both the NXT North American Championship and the NXT Women's Championship in the same night. So I'm interested in seeing her performances there. A lot of, not necessarily controversy, but a lot of misunderstanding in terms of what a double champion is. Mandy Rose believes she has right to be claimed to be a double champion, but honestly, I don't think it counts for her to be a double champion. I think they just discontinued the belt when she won it. They didn't mean that she would be recognized as both the champions. So I think the miscommunication comes from Mandy Rose's part. They're just showing a commercial for The Undertaker's spoken word show. I don't know anybody that has gone to the show.
Go in our U.S. Championship match.
Shocking as Braun Strowman was looking to gain the gold against LA Knight. That blur you saw was Jacob
Fatu once again
usual brand of
ruining the Men's United States Championship match,
last week in a #1 contenders match,
causing a disqualification.
Behavior of Solo Sikoa when he let out that rage right here tonight, with Braun Strowman being the main recipient of multiple attacks, leaving the monster wasted on the ground.
Hey, Jacob! Jacob!
Uh-oh.
Man, what the hell was that out there? You out there by yourself not trying to say nothing? Man, I ain't gotta say nothing to nobody. Matter of fact, didn't you two not tap in with me last week?
He's got a point.
But Jacob, nothing. Tama. Jacob, you better lower your tone how you speaking to me and Tama.
Ooh.
Okay. Well, let me be very clear with you, too. When it comes to Braun Strowman, I will be the last man standing. So y'all better get in where you fit in. Because that U.S. title, oh, I'm bringing it home to the family. And I'm going to do it with you or without you.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
This dynamic
Gave them the business.
Jacob Fatu right now.
Solo Sikoa's going to
Told him the
Jacob
business,
Fatu is
right?
really beyond the point of following anybody's orders.
You don't want to say
Jacob
fuck
Fatu's
Jacob
going to
that
be a
thing
big
there.
star
Now, as
when he
for what
goes
we
out on
discussed
his own.
before the
They
commercial
might have to
break,
turn him
Naomi's
into a good
recent
guy. I'm telling you.
reality.
They're
Here's
going to have a little bit of a conundrum with Jacob Fatu.
I mean, how did we even get here? Like, I really don't want to do this. But one thing that I do know is that I've always been a woman to do the right thing. I've always been a woman to do the right thing. So Bianca, what makes you think that my attack on Jade was anything different from me doing the right thing? When I sit here and think about all that I've sacrificed, all that I've given, and that's what really breaks my heart. Because through all of that, I'm made to be the bad one in this situation. I just don't understand, how does Jade come in out of nowhere and take my place? With the women over the last decade, who's always had your back from day one of you being here? Me. Not Jade.
To say the least.
Very strong vignette
I've been
for
trying to get my
Naomi.
hands on Naomi for the past
That
week
was
again.
very well
Now,
done.
where is she?
Look, I haven't seen her all day. No one else has seen her all day, so as far as we know, she's not here.
Well, when I catch her, it's on site.
Hey, what's up? Hey, we just want to say that what Naomi did to you was trash, okay? Straight up uncalled for behavior. And I know that once you get your hands on her, you're going to take care of that. I will.
It seems like we both have business to handle. You and Naomi, and me with Charlotte for messing with my girl.
Yeah, look, Naomi deserves everything that's coming to her.
Beef on
no
site.
sympathy, no regrets.
Beef on
All right?
site.
Jade.
I like that vignette. That vignette was very well done.
Appreciate you.
Naomi played her part very well. It's definitely
Reach in
something
with B-Fab.
that
Reach in, set to
perked
take
my
on
interest.
Charlotte Flair next.
All right, coming up next after this commercial break, we're going to see Charlotte Flair take on Michin, who is standing up for her partner B-Fab. So that should be a fun match. I don't think I don't have very much other stuff to promote, really. Like I said, if you want to check out the YouTube, we're multi-streaming on YouTube. So this stream right now that you're seeing is also on the YouTube. But on the YouTube, if you go over there, drop a like on the YouTube. It helps us out, get out to more people. The algorithm kind of pushes it because they see multiple people checking it out. Let me check the YouTube because sometimes the multi-streaming doesn't show any comments. We got Josh in there. Thank you for letting us know that you're in there, Joshua. Thank you very, very much. Hopefully you're doing well and enjoying SmackDown. Like I said, I'll be back on here tomorrow for Tuesday's episode of NXT. Gonna keep current with that, and then we're also going to be checking out AEW Collision. April 6th is AEW Dynasty, the pay-per-view. So if you're a Twitch sub or a moderator, and your sub runs current with April 6th, you have access to a secret part of our Discord where you can watch the pay-per-view with us. That's right, I've already purchased the pay-per-view, so we're all going to be watching it. I'm pretty sure Mike is going to be there. He's also going to be watching with us. He usually doesn't miss an opportunity to check out the AEW pay-per-views when we have them in Discord. And it's a good time, too, because we all can, hang out in the chat and post gifts and talk about the matches and stuff like that. So it's always a good time. Mike's usually in there. Jeff always comes through and hangs out with us for the pay-per-views as well. So hopefully he's doing well. We haven't seen him in a while, so hopefully Jeff is doing good. Jason says, I still think Bianca took out Jade. I think she had Naomi do it so the blame would not be on Bianca, but Bianca called the shots. That is a very interesting theory. A lot of people still seem to think that Bianca had something to do with this attack on Jade Cargill. I would think the same. However, that vignette that they just showed on TV was very, very strongly done. Very strongly done. And it showed a layer of character work that we hadn't seen in Naomi for a very, very long time. She looks crazy. She looks unhinged. She looks unstable mentally. So I actually enjoyed what they did there. And I'm interested in seeing how they keep it up to the point where I wouldn't want Bianca to be sort of a puppeteer of all this, because then it takes away the focus from the greatness of what Naomi's doing. So I want to keep the focus on Naomi. I want to make it look like Naomi was the mastermind, that she's the one that went into this different, darker direction. And I think if they continue with what they did here with that vignette, it'll be very, very strongly done. Mike says he should be there unless my body betrays me and I wind up in traction. Well, I hope not. I hope you don't wind up in traction, and I hope you can join us for AEW Dynasty. Like I said, it's always a fun time watching the pay-per-views, even sometimes if the pay-per-views are a little dicey. Here's another vignette. That's got to be Aleister Black. That's got to be Aleister Black.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, accompanied by B-Fab from Fontana, California, Michin.
See some incredible matches with Michin lately. Street fight, as she thought she all but won for the U.S. Championship recently. That night in Philly, she was so close.
There you go, guys. If you want to gamble your channel points on this next match, it is Michin who's making her way down to the ring with B-Fab. If you want to gamble your channel points, she's taking on Charlotte Flair.
To get some vengeance on behalf of B-Fab, who took on Charlotte a couple of weeks ago, and post-match was assaulted, locked in that figure eight, that torturous hold.
Mike thinks it's absolutely Aleister.
To relinquish. So now
it's a good chance.
Michin's opportunity to try and do a number on the woman who is the #1 contender to Tiffany Stratton's WWE Women's
very
Championship.
good chance.
They, of course, will collide at WrestleMania 41.
That's right. That was 2 weeks ago tonight.
Oh, whoa, whoa.
What in the world is Naomi doing?
Naomi.
Well, this is a very
in her Owen Hart inspired gear.
Several weeks, and this, yeah.
I did see a Roman numeral. I didn't see what number it was, but I did see a Roman numeral, Jason.
Of Jade Cargill, the Storm, who
I did see a Roman numeral.
Point of attack for Naomi of late.
Yeah, we just saw moments ago
Michin and B-Fab
giving support to Jade Cargill.
As Joe Tessitore just said, we're giving their support to Jade Cargill for what happened to her over Naomi attacking her. Naomi is taking that personal.
Big right hands, time and again. Oh, and she's just smashing her into our announce desk.
This is
now beating her down is Naomi.
An absolutely unhinged
B-Fab and Naomi for WrestleMania. Or maybe Jade and Naomi for WrestleMania. Jade and Naomi for WrestleMania sounds nice. Have a women's match that doesn't need a title attached to it. Got some bad blood.
And she's here for a match. And not surprisingly, Naomi moving as fast as she has in her entire life.
Naomi got the hell out of there.
And B-Fab is in a bad way.
Boy, is she ever. B-Fab is struggling to steady herself on her feet.
B-Fab got rocked there.
Down as Jade is by her side to support her. And keep in mind, This is before Michin has to face Charlotte Flair.
I don't know if Michin is in any condition to continue. The referee having a very close look at Michin in the ring, and Charlotte apparently is going to waste no time in getting
Here comes Charlotte Flair again. Charlotte Flair taking on Michin, so I guess this match is still happening.
Charlotte is now making her way down that entry ramp that Jade Cargill is slowly now staring her down.
That's a money match right there.
Oh,
you can't tell me that's not a money match. Jeff's head is exploding. Oh, man. Poor Jeff, man. I hope he's doing well. That's what happens when you work for the U.S. Postal Service, man. That shit takes over your life. You have no time to just, like, enjoy life after working the madness that is the U.S. Postal Service. So hopefully Jeff is doing okay.
To action after the time off and the recovery from injury, and becoming the only superstar to win the Women's Royal Rumble twice.
Gliding down to the ring, looking like sheer royalty.
I like how she has the matching Stone Cold knee gimmick to match with the gear. She looks great. She looks great. No matter what Jeff says.
In Las Vegas at WrestleMania 41.
The WWE Women's Championship will be contested.
Since I've been back watching TNA, man, Charlotte versus Tessa as a match just on the basis of heel promo work by both of them would be unreal. Probably, man, but Tessa fucked up. Tessa fucked up, man. She could have been big deal. Tessa would be in the WWE by now. Tessa would be in the WWE by now as Charlotte just wipes out Michin with a big boot. Lackadaisical cover only gets a 1 count.
Take advantage.
But yeah, Tessa royally fucked up. That's the best way I could put it as they go into commercial break. What Tessa did and the way she conducted herself as a professional will unfortunately stay with her for the rest of her career, unfortunately. I don't think there's any redeeming herself for what she did. And I'm not saying that as someone that says that Tessa hasn't changed or isn't remorseful for her conduct as a person. But we live in a different world now where it's not like it's very hard to come by a second chance in life for misconduct, for things of that sort of nature. It's unfortunate. Tessa Blanchard could have been great. She could have been great. Unfortunately, she's gonna have to go through a lot of the shit that she's going through now. It's gonna keep up. I don't think it's going to ever really dissipate. I think we live in a world now where if you're in the public eye, you only get one chance. And if you screw up that one chance, you're pretty much done. Tessa equals toxic. But man, she completely is like Charlotte as a heel. I mean, they're both cut from the exact same cloth. Both have fathers that were in the Four Horsemen. In the Four Horsemen, we already know how big of a deal that is. So, they're cut from the same cloth. They would have either been great opponents against each other or they would have been great tag team partners. Could you imagine a Tessa Charlotte tag team? Fathers were exemplary heels, yes. Very much so. That's why they were, like I said, cut from the same cloth. But it just so happened that that Tessa, like I said, man, most hated tag team ever? Probably. Definitely by Jeff, I would assume. But again, it's one of those things where, again, we live in a world where you know, people don't get second chances anymore. Second chances are a thing of the past. Holy fuck, Mike. Ah, damn it, that was in my ear. Ay, ay, ay. Thank you for scaring the shit out of me. One day I'm going to get you back, Mike. I don't know how to get you back because I don't even think my animation really works. It doesn't really scare you the way you scare me. I'm very sensitive to those noises, man, and you get me every single time. I appreciate you wanting to entertain my mom because she gets a kick out of these compilations that I do with the screams and the scares and all that shit as we head back into the ringside area.
Greatly impacted things as Naomi came into action.
Michin trying to fight back after getting jumped by Naomi.
Came in to try to save the day, and there was that moment where Jade and Charlotte were.
I don't know if you guys ever check out Michin's Twitch stream, but she streams a lot on Twitch. So does people like Tegan Knox. Tegan Knox was streaming, or Nixon Newell is her actual name. She was streaming last night.
After the beatdown she's already received from both Naomi.
Big German suplex from Charlotte. Lime likes it too. Yeah, she definitely. She's another one. She's another one.
Able to counter the eat defeat into the suplex.
Charlotte with the up and over Flair style. Hits Michin with a big boot, creates some space.
At Royal Rumble.
Nice roll through. Michin slides through it. Round kick to the side of the head of Charlotte Flair.
Just got cleaned by the right boot of Michin, who is wobbling all over the place and needs to capitalize.
Went for the cannonball, did Michin, and nobody was there. Charlotte Flair catches her with a thrust kick, just clocked her.
Since that, saw her in that incredible
go
fight for the women's U.S. title against Chelsea Green.
We still have Jimmy Uso versus The Miz. Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre.
Disrespectful as you can be, and who can blame Charlotte? She has the best resume we have ever seen in the women's division, but perhaps a little too aloof. Michin trying her best to do something about it.
Liger bomb for Michin.
14-time world champion.
And a kick out. What a big Liger bomb there.
It would be if Michin can pull this off, this power bomb, seemingly as Michin was clinging on for survival in this match, back on top. And Michin has made no bones of the fact that she wants gold. She's had several opportunities at Chelsea Green's United States Championship, but a victory here would surely put her right back in that conversation.
She has been meeting up with Chelsea Green or those in her secret purpose for some time now. In fact, this is Michin's first non-Rumble match on SmackDown against somebody other than that group. As Charlotte Flair able to kick out.
I like how they made notice of Michin being too invested in Chelsea Green and the Secret Service, giving her too many times on the show. Something new for Michin now.
Associated with Chelsea Green. And now she's putting forth a good showing against Charlotte Flair.
Waist lock.
Looking to break free, and she does so with
it's
that
broken by Charlotte.
And now the signature chops.
Flair chops to the sternum. I feel like Charlotte gave him the bird there.
This is just Charlotte Flair showing those extra gears that she... Oh, wait a second.
How about this from Michin?
Oh, nice back suplex from Michin.
Well, Charlotte has simply been too dismissive, too disrespectful against such a talented and tough competitor as Michin.
Michin finally gets that cannonball to work.
Cannonball in the corner, and here we go, Joe.
Going for the eat defeat.
Denied again by Charlotte.
Charlotte going for a back suplex. Michin lands on her feet. Eat defeat.
Connected.
Eat those feet.
Could she pull it off?
Charlotte Flair gets her foot on the rope to break up the pin count.
A toe on that rope.
Just the toe.
Disbelief of Michin.
That's all it takes is just the toe.
Knows how close she just came to pulling out an absolute miracle, but those unmatched instincts of Charlotte Flair come to the fore once again.
All that
I don't know what the crowd is chanting.
Pays off, doesn't it?
They're chanting something.
This woman has won so many
Oh, shit. Not a good idea, Michin.
Critical moment.
Just the tip. So,
Toe for Michin.
I mean, did you hear that thud against the steel? And now she
there you
goes
go.
and works on the lower leg.
There you go.
Well, it was either the steel or the jaw of Charlotte Flair that was getting that boot.
Oh, and she's
Double
really
bonk.
driving in, just slamming that knee. Oh, and she's going for it, locking it in.
Do you have any theories on the favor Heyman owes Punk? I think Heyman is playing Roman and will end up working with CM Punk if he's not already. If you remember when Roman first called Heyman last year, his call did not go through. I think the only thing I can think of is Charlotte picks up the win with the figure
So momentum
eight.
for Charlotte.
So let me get those channel
As
points.
Jackie
The only thing I
is
can
with
think
Charlotte's
of
WrestleMania
is
opponent,
Punk
Tiffany
wants
Stratton.
Heyman to be in his corner at WrestleMania.
Yeah, Tess, thank you so much. A confident-looking Charlotte Flair tonight on SmackDown, which brings me to my guest, the WWE
Jackie
Women's
Redmond
Champion,
and Tiffany Stratton together. What did I do
let's
to
be real.
deserve
Charlotte,
this?
she came at you pretty hard last week. I mean, it had a lot of people talking. Yeah, people
Double
love
bonk.
Jackie, and Charlotte loves
Triple
to hear
bonk.
talk. I mean, 10 years into the business, and she's still so insecure that she can't let a rookie get a
Yeah,
word
but
out.
I think my
But
theory
last
is
week
that
I did learn something. I learned that walking into WrestleMania,
I think Punk
I'm not
wants
the one that has
Heyman
something
in
to
his
lose here.
corner.
The truth is, if
I
I
think
lose,
that's what
then
Punk
I
wants.
lose
I
to
think Punk wants
Charlotte Flair, the
Punk
legend,
wants Heyman in
as
his
a
corner.
25-year-old rookie with a year being on SmackDown.
Mike,
But
congratulations
if
on
Charlotte
getting
Flair
those channel
loses,
points from the Charlotte victory.
then she loses to a undeserving, delusional, unoriginal, backflip doing, blonde hair having little girl. Did I get it all, Jackie? And I can't wait to see the look on her face when she hears and
Payday
still,
indeed. I just want to hear what
maybe
Tiffany
then
has to
she'll
say.
finally shut up for the sake of literally everybody. They say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. And I'm gonna make damn sure what stays in Vegas is Charlotte Flair's massive ego. Because I'm walking out of WrestleMania as the WWE Women's Champion.
Hey-o.
Toodles!
Toodles.
Well, Tiffy
All right.
just said it. What
Congratulations
happens
to
in
Mike
Vegas
for
stays in
getting
Vegas,
those
and isn't that
6K
appropriate to announce
channel points?
WrestleMania After
Here we
Dark? These are the
Here we
official
go.
WrestleMania
My
After
6K channel points go to Mike. Congratulations, buddy. Go to the pay window. Do something strange for a little change, if you know what I mean.
WrestleMania After Dark. You're going to have unforgettable musical acts, performances, and appearances by WWE superstars.
There's multiple after parties.
WrestleManiaAfterDark.com.
Live nightclub at Le Fontainebleau.
And a
I like that
reminder,
Crash
tonight,
Bandicoot.
here in
You
London,
know, that's
the next
pretty dope.
chapter to be written in the incredible stories of Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, CM
Contract
Punk.
signing
They're
later
set to
tonight. Those
sign the
things
contract.
rarely go well.
Their match at WrestleMania, pen to paper. That's a high security alert here in London.
And breaking, Joe has just announced. The Miz talked a little too much smack earlier.
The Miz
Big Jim
versus
ain't
Jimmy
about it right
Uso
now
in just a
after
little
slapping
while.
the hell out of Gunther on Raw tonight. On
Big Jim,
SmackDown. Jimmy
Big Slim
looks
Jim
to do
with
the
his
same to
big
the
right hand,
A-lister later on tonight.
smacking the shit out of Gunther. Uh-oh. Keep singing, London. It's not time for you to finish singing.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in at 290 pounds, the Viper, Randy Orton!
This new guy's pretty good. I like the new guy.
Look at that resume. Golden.
What about you guys?
Randy Orton.
What
The
do you guys
career,
think?
the
I like the new
conquest,
guy.
and recently acknowledging that these lyrics, the hearing the voices in his head, that's been happening more and more since returning to action. And that comes with a whole lot of danger for anyone
good?
in his
Like it?
way
All right.
brave enough to face it.
Once again, gamble your channel points whether you think Randy Orton or Drew McIntyre is going to pick up the victory. I don't know who's going to win this one. I honestly feel like this one's going to end in some sort of nefarious means. Maybe a disqualification. I think Kevin Owens is going to cause a disqualification. Kevin Owens is going to cause a disqualification. That's my guess. But still gamble your channel points, because whoever wins via disqualification still wins via channel points. So I would still go ahead and do that. Just clearing up some notifications. Figuring out what I'm going to do tonight. Oh, I got an idea of who to raid out to tonight. Hopefully you guys stick around so we have a nice size raid. It's got a lot of notifications. All right, and clear those out. All cleared. Thank you for plugging in that YouTube. You can tell he knows what he's doing. Yeah, I like the inflection of his voice. He makes it feel like enthusiastic. Like, he doesn't kind of sound like a robot. Like, I feel like everybody tries to sound like Howard Finkel in wrestling or something like that. Or, but like, that's what was so good about Samantha, was that like she gave it that oomph, that fire, that big fight feel with her voice. I like the powerful voices. That's why I like Mike Rome. I like Alicia Taylor. I like when they put some fire into it, Michael and Bruce Buffer, they're the creme de la creme when it comes to sports announcers. So, to get a vibe like that really works. Dare we say Samantha was iconic? I think I know what you mean, Mike. I think I know what you mean. So good. What are they showing here? Oh, why are they only showing Triple H as the only induction to the Hall of Fame? Why is it only Triple H? There are other people going into the Hall of Fame this year. Spit it out, Junior. Why is it only Triple H? Because Fed's in the mud. No, God, no. Oh, my God, Mike. Mike, you've been paying way too much time and attention to wrestling Twitter. Oh, no, not you with the Fed's in the mud talk. Come on, man. Oh, Fed's in the mud. All right. I mean, I love Triple H. Triple H is one of my favorite all time. But this love fest is crazy. Why not a vignette for the natural disasters? Or Michelle McCool? Who else is going in? Did you watch Steph's ESPN show? No, I don't have access to ESPN Plus, so I'm going to have to check it out on one of the illegal pirating sites. Lex Luger. Can't forget about Lex Luger. Congratulations to the total package, the narcissist, Lex Luger, who's doing well with DDP Yoga, it seems. Seems like he's doing fantastic with DDP Yoga. He can talk about how he killed people in and out of the ring. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. What a way to go dark. Oh my God. He said he killed people in and out of the ring. I'm not mad at the timing of that. I was mad because that caught me off guard, and we still got a lot of time to go for SmackDown, and this Baja Blast is running through my veins. Usually I would have been like, we would have had a little miscommunication there, but the timing was so well. If I'm in pain, all must be in pain. All right. Put some Ben Gay on it, all right? Rub some icy hot on it.
And his opponent from Ayr, Scotland, weighing in at 275 pounds, Drew McIntyre!
You know, I realized Drew and I, we have very similar body types, very similar body makeup.
Right here, right
I don't know if you guys knew this,
mega match.
but under
This is a matchup that, although
I pretty
as a
much look like
fan,
Drew
I am
McIntyre.
thrilled we're getting, I just cannot, from the point of view of these two competitors, understand why they would want to put their lives and their careers at risk this close to WrestleMania. Two men that are so big, so strong, and so good. There's a reason why they share 17 world championships together. Both men taking a massive risk tonight.
Think of that.
I can tell with you rocking that white shirt, sleeves holding on for dear life.
SmackDown is presented by Jimmy John.
Right.
They're finally here.
Look at the massive shoulders.
Toasted sandwiches at Jimmy John's. Order one today. Well, this crowd
something like that.
Red hot. London is buzzing. Of course, O2's also going to host Monday Night Raw. Jimmy Uso and Gunther, the Women's World Championship. Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, and Cody Rhodes and John Cena will be here in London. But right now, it is the UK's Drew McIntyre opposite
I can
the
do
Viper.
that. I can do that with my chest, no problem. I can't do that. I can't flex and make fire appear. Can't wait for tank top season. Well, it's funny you say that, Mike, because we just put out some new merch for the coming spring and summer seasons with a couple of tank tops in the Ringside Rundown merch store that you can pick up at ringsidерundown-shop.fourthwall.com. You go there, click that link that's in the chat, and that'll take you straight to the spring-summer collection.
But reminding everybody that he
Nice
has history in
dab,
sight as well.
Mike.
When you sit there and everybody
You want
talks
a
about
dab?
John Cena looking to break the record. I mean, he says, here I am with 14. Hold on a second. I still got miles on my odometer to go for history.
I had to see who that emote came from. It's Papa Clutch. I should have known with his massive arms.
6'5", weighing in 280, 270, somewhere in that region.
Collar and elbow
As
tie
low
up
body
between Randy
fat as
Orton
is
and Drew
humanly
McIntyre.
possible for men that size. It's rare that they have to step in with their physical match, but they've got it tonight.
Oh, a shoulder block actually took Randy Orton
on.
down.
This is
Wasn't
the
expecting
first
that.
time since-
Yeah, keep dropping those
How does that feel?
emotes,
How's
man.
the
All
back?
the
Remember, he
emotes. Every single
that up
emote
earlier
you
tonight
have.
when he was
Drop it
face-to-face
in the
with
chat
Randy
right
Orton.
now. Every
Of saying
single
there are doubts, and he knows, yeah, you look at the physical presence on the outside, but he says, I bet you're doubting that back at times, and he will target that. But as I was saying, 9 times they've met. First time since 2021.
We got a
You bring up the
Greco-Roman
championship
knuckle lock
history.
that doesn't work
4
out well for
times
Randy
McIntyre
Orton.
and Randy Orton have met.
Drew
for the
McIntyre drags him
WWE
to the corner,
Championship.
steps on the second rope. That doesn't work out well for him as Randy Orton slides out and takes the legs out.
In there. Perhaps a little.
He says, I'll do it myself.
And this crowd has gone to the head of Drew McIntyre, and he's surely regretting that now.
and just throws Drew McIntyre into the corner.
Right into that post.
You know the thinking of these two guys. They want to stay razor sharp ahead of WrestleMania, but the risk.
Both on the outside of the ring now. Drew McIntyre bounces Randy Orton's head off of the announcer's desk, removes the cowl of the announcer's desk, takes out the monitors and all the wires and all the doohickeys and doodads. He's going to steal Randy Orton's move. Randy Orton's not going to let it happen.
As quickly as he can. Oh, the Viper able to catch.
That's what you get.
And on that reinforced desk, thudding down on the lower back of Drew McIntyre.
That's what you get, Drew McIntyre, as we go to picture-in-picture. Randy Orton is back in the ring as Drew McIntyre is on the outside by the announcer's desk in agonizing pain because he just got dropped kidney and liver first. I don't know. Kidney, liver, midsection. It's all the same shit. All the same shit. Now they're fighting by the announcer's table. Get out of the way, Wade Barrett and Joe Tessitore. You don't want there to be any problems. Randy Orton goes for it again, dropping Drew McIntyre back first on the announcer's table. Doesn't feel good if you're Drew McIntyre. I don't think it feels good. He's not having fun right now. He's not having a good time. But you know who's having a good time? I'm having a good time. I'm having a good time hanging out with you guys, and thank you for watching the stream. I appreciate it. They're all gooey innards. That's one way to put it. That's one way to put it. Do me a favor, guys. If you like podcasts, if you like wrestling podcasts, if you like the sound of my voice, please do me a favor. Check out the latest episode of the Ringside Rundown podcast. That is a Spotify link, but if you search Ringside Rundown on whatever platform you use to listen to podcasts, you should be able to find it where you can follow, subscribe to the podcast so you never miss an episode. I do like podcasts. I like wrestling podcasts. Well, let me tell you about the Ringside Rundown podcast. It is a wrestling podcast hosted by myself and Shay Hickson, where what we do is we answer questions sent in by loyal listeners, and we answer questions dealing with what's going on in the world of professional wrestling. So that way, whoever's listening to the show knows that we're giving them a show that they want to listen to. Not just recaps, not the same regurgitated talking points that everybody else talks about on their podcast, but, you know, something that is driven by fan interaction and fan engagement. So if you like those sort of podcasts, check that one out. That is a Spotify link, like I said, but it's also available on YouTube. If you don't have a podcast platform that you use to listen to podcasts, you can also check out the Ringside Rundown on YouTube by going to that link. There is a special section. I believe it's the first section of our YouTube channel right there. I believe this is episode 151. Is it 150 or 151? I believe it's 151. We've been around for quite some time. We've been doing the podcast since June of 2021. And it's a lot of fun. It's a highlight of my week to sit down and talk to Shay and talk about wrestling. We just kind of sit and it's kind of like chopping it up as friends. Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton are chopping it up in the middle of the ring. Drew McIntyre just hit Randy Orton with a Glasgow kiss, goes for the cover, but only gets a 2 count, so he mounts him and has him in sort of an armbar stretch to the neck. We just did Area 151. Area 151.
Will also be here in London as the European tour has been an incredible success. Just 22
Not
days
that
away
kind
now
of
from
mounting.
WrestleMania 41 in Vegas. Earlier tonight, Randy Orton told Cody Rhodes that he wants to go for history himself. He's sitting on 14 titles
Lazy
right now.
chop
Drew
from
McIntyre came out,
to the
interrupted
chest
the
of
entire
Randy
scene.
Orton.
Said, I don't care about chasing records. I want what's mine, and what's mine is a shot at a WWE championship. And right now, these two men have locked up. A match that came out of nowhere blossomed into this.
Both men highly
That one sounded like it hurt.
Just been a slugfest.
That one sounded like it equally hurt.
McIntyre crashing multiple times into our announced.
Drew McIntyre whips Randy Orton into the corner, but Orton answers back.
And how many times times have we seen this bounce back ability from Randy?
Classic Randy Orton power slam.
And he's got it. That look, that flex, that intent.
I'm trying to find.
As intense and rage-driven as ever, thanks to the recent antics of KO. But McIntyre just had too much left.
Okay, so I guess the person I was going to raid out to is no longer streaming?
DDT. Randy said that after that attack by
Owens, I guess they're not streaming anymore.
Took on the challenge, the match at WrestleMania.
To power slam a man the size of Drew is really impressive. Yeah, I think TV is really deceiving. I think TV is really deceiving when it comes to the size of Drew McIntyre, because that man is quite large.
Kevin Owens.
We got an hour to find out who to raid to. Yeah, I already got the next person in mind.
And spots the man he wants to punt more than anybody.
Oh, Claymore! No!
A brutal Claymore!
Oh, wow. Drew McIntyre gets the win. Off a distraction.
And you have to think that Kevin Owens got exactly what he wanted there. He baited the Viper. Drew McIntyre capitalized.
Wow.
And now Randy Orton is prone and vulnerable, and Kevin Owens is here to do some major
2,000 channel points go to Michael. Congratulations on your 2,000 channel points.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money
Kevin Owens is on the attack.
Do something strange for a little change. Kevin Owens is going to do something dastardly to Randy Orton. Randy Orton says, no, you're not. No, you're not. Not to me. Not to me, buddy.
Kevin Owens, his simple appearance caused a distraction, cost Randy Orton a match, and now these two, these fierce rivals, he's looking to punt him. He's lining up to punt Wade.
Taking it back to 2000 whatever, and that doesn't happen. Thanks, Kevin Owens, you jerk.
And scurrying away for his life is Kevin Owens once again. About as frustrated as can be is Randy Orton.
What a scene here in London.
That was at 6. I must have
standing tall in the end.
And the only thing that is going to soothe Randy Orton is connecting his boot to the skull of Kevin Owens, and it may well happen at WrestleMania.
Cannot wait for that in Vegas. But up next, it is Jimmy Uso.
Big Jim,
Big
Slim Jim, gonna take on the Miz. Gonna try to smack the Miz the way he smacked Gunther. Again, I've never heard of a smack like that before in my life. That was a smack. That was a smack. Hey, Mike, have you been keeping up with Legends and Future Greats? I haven't, unfortunately. I'm way behind on the show. I'd yell at Kevin, hey, jerk face, you have a face of a jerk. I like that. That's a grade A insult right there. That is a grade A insult. I like that. I'll be caught up by the end of the weekend. I have to catch up. I've been slacking. And I haven't, as Jason asked earlier about Evolve, I haven't watched any of the WWE Evolve show. It looks very interesting. Looks kind of like they're trying to do with Evolve, kind of inject like new vibes, new flavor into what we perceive as WWE programming, you know? More fun, a little bit more energetic, things like that. But once again, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me, watching me watch some wrestling. I appreciate it. Thank you for your generosity with the bits and the blurps and all of it. Play the prank call. You got it. Here's the prank call.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi. So I'm ordering for my mom. She's driving right now, but I have to order dinner. So I'm calling. I need a sushi and a slushy frosty McFlurry freezy.
Who the hell is this? I think you got the wrong number, kid.
No.
This isn't a food spot.
I need chicken tenders because I feel like only
Chicken tenders?
but
What are you talking? You have the wrong number. How old are you, kid?
I feel like chicken tenders, people who eat chicken tenders only like to have really tiny peepees.
What?
Sorry, I'm choking on my nose.
How old are you, kid?
My mom is driving the car and Pickles, but I need...
Put your mom on the phone.
My mom, you want to talk to my mom? Do you want to date my mom?
Is your mom hot?
Is my mom... Mom, he's asking me if you're hot or something. I don't know. I tried to order cheese blanket pizzas. Why are you mean? Aren't you supposed to be serving me? The customer is always right. That's what they say.
This is not a restaurant, kid.
But you're a restaurant, or is this Patrick?
Patrick? What? No, this is not Patrick. Are you Patrick?
Is this the Krusty Krab?
No, this is Patrick.
Are you Patrick? I don't know. I'm asking. My name is Harold.
Do you know Harold? I don't know Harold. Kid, put your mom on the phone. What is this? All right. Is she hot though? Yeah, but is your mom hot?
I don't know, Mom. Are you warm? They're asking for your body temperature.
Not body temperature. As in, like, Wait, how old are you before I can continue to explain?
I'm 7.
7? What? Alright, yeah. Time to go, kid.
Oh, man. Zelina Vega, the gift that keeps on giving. She is highly entertaining. As they're showing a vignette for Rey Fenix. Rey Fenix, the Lucha Bros are in WWE. Somewhere Tony Khan is punching the air. He's losing his fucking mind. There he is, Rey Fenix.
Oh, that is too good. That is too good that Rey Fenix is on his way to SmackDown.
Rey Fenix. He's coming next week. That's the only spoiler I saw. That's crazy. I know Tony Khan is.
Welcome aboard, Rey Fenix.
Yeah, we'll see you in Chicago. What else will we see in Chicago?
We got Penta on Raw, Rey Fenix on SmackDown, B-Fab versus Naomi next week. We're eating good. We're eating good.
Live from Chicago, Illinois, next week.
And we remind you that WWE World is coming to Vegas April 17th to the 21st. WWE and Fanatics Events have announced the 5-day event featuring
WWE World, where you're going to spend more on whatever you get at WWE World than you'll actually spend at WrestleMania, which is crazy.
Heading to the
Nerd, I like that. I like
and
that
available
emote. That's
for
a funny
purchase right
emote.
now.
I never seen that emote before. That's great.
Of all people, Gunther, that pressure would get to anybody.
If I was you guys, I'd definitely put my channel points on Big Jim. I'm thinking that Big Jim is going to take this one. Nothing against The Miz, two-time WWE champion, two-time WWE Grand Slam champion. So he's been around the block, but I mean, Big Jim is Big Jim.
Well, the last time we saw Miz was on this European tour.
Big Jim's been killing it, probably as much as Jey Uso has.
Cody Rhodes is a special guest. That didn't last so long.
Me.
The crossroads and done. Now opened up his mouth earlier tonight and ends up in this spot.
Well, the Miz talks smack better than anyone. However, tonight it may have been a major.
Surprising Melo doesn't come out with The Miz. That would have been a little bit more interesting to have Melo at ringside, maybe cause a distraction, maybe give The Miz some sort of a fighting chance.
In their head, or he's just utterly fearless. And right now, the Miz might be in a lot of trouble there.
Collar and elbow tie up. Jim forces the corner position. Miz switches it out. Clean break. ducked the attack. Big chop from Big Jim to The Miz. A second one.
Disrespected superstars in WWE
Double leg
right now.
takedown.
Clearly we've heard a legion of superstars take a pot shot at Big Jim and unfavorably compare him to Jey Uso. And
big clothesline from Big Jim.
The locker room would unfavorably compare to Jey Uso after the 12 months he's had. And then you've got The Miz, who is a two-time Grand Slam champion, never gets respected. What has The Miz got to do to convince everyone that he is in fact one of the GOATs?
Up and over.
Big uppercut by Big Jim. You heard the harsh words from The Miz earlier tonight heading Jimmy Uso's way. It is interesting, though, to define this era of the career of Jimmy
Miz
Uso,
coming off the ropes.
see with some
A
of the recent
boot to the
actions, he's
face.
trying to take control of it.
It's a smart thing to do. He's picking up some of the slack for twin brother Jay, trying to crack that aura and that mystique of Gunther, the world heavyweight champion, that puts the fear into almost the entire locker room.
How about that slap he laid out?
Yeah, absolutely incredible. I'm surprised Gunther could laugh it off. That would have broken a weaker man's jaw. But hats off to The Miz right now, who's taking the fight to Jimmy Uso. Now, The Miz, of course, has curried favor with the young and cocky Carmelo Hayes of late. Mello don't miss, as they like to call themselves. Apparently, the youngster's been left back in the locker room. Watch and learn.
Saw them in action back on February 21st.
What are you barking at?
Double Hayes and Miz, then defeating LA Knight
What
and
are you
R-Truth.
barking at? There's nobody there.
Oh, and here comes Big Jim. No, he was looking to fly, and Miz went out the side door. And now Jimmy, quick to meet him, and sends him over the barrier.
He was back there.
More to come from here in London.
Jimmy's getting all the mileage from that slap. He's doing the smart thing and getting all the notoriety from that. What are you parking at? What are you parking at? What is your problem? He's doing his aggressive barking. Hey, enough. Hey. Uh-oh. Hey, hey. Nobody's here. I don't know why he's upset. While we're on commercial break, let me see if I can find another video while I try to quell Leroy here. Give me a second. Let's see what we got. Did I edit this video?
Punk now. Oh, no! Oh, home for Punk that time. Joe Messi.
Both men go. Reversal of the Irish whip. Danielson into the corner. Goes for the
ROH World Television title run.
There you go.
Talked earlier about the power game from Magnus. Getting it from Joe, but Joe able to turn it around. Fires Kaz off, and then his Kaz springs off the...
Watch it, Joe, watch it.
Christian elbow up, off the middle. Joe just walks away and said, catch me another day, brother.
Unbelievable.
To the two competitors in our opening matchup is Kazarian. Oh, went flying off the...
Corner. And now Tony Nese, nobody home.
Joseph, see you later, buddy. Yeah. He's seen
good chances. Be careful here. There you go. And Rocket shot him out of the ring and just.
Now you can hear me. I said I always loved that video. Finally was able to get Leroy to calm the fuck down. Leroy barking at the specter in your home? Please. I don't need any more problems. I don't need ghosts. I already have enough going on. I don't need ghosts. That's the last thing I really need. Oh man. Did you and Anubis rage last night? Was it last night? He was here? He hung. Was it last night that he was here? Golly, I can't even remember. It was it last? You sure it was last night? Or was it Wednesday night? Wednesday night he was here. Wednesday. Was it Wednesday night? Wednesday. Yeah. Don't confuse me. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. You made me think I have like amnesia or something.
Great scene.
Yeah, we hung out for a little bit. We watched a bunch of Family Guy. You know, just a real quick chill sesh. Nothing too crazy as we're back to the action. Big Jim's got a menacing look on his face. Takes down Miz with a clothesline, the second one to follow up. Thrust kick to the midsection. Uppercut to the jaw, ducks the attack. Samoan drop from Jimmy Uso. He is cooking right now. We did that too. We did that too. We did that too.
And now lining him up.
Up and over. Jimmy lands on the apron.
Cannot write the Miz off, though. There's a reason why he's a multiple-time Grand
Evades
Slam
the attack from the Miz. Miz ducks the clothesline, ripcord into like a modified Rainmaker there almost. Miz been studying his wrestling.
The Miz will never stop the posturing, the clowning around behind the scenes, but in the ring, when the bell rings, he
Looks
really
like Miz is setting up for the skull-crushing finale. Jimmy saw it coming, drops down into the roll-up. Miz counters the roll-up into his own pin, but only gets a 2 count. Basement DDT connects. Rolls Jimmy Uso over and only gets a 2 count.
From Jimmy Uso. You see the results tonight. Tag Team Championship defended by the Street Profits against the UK's Pretty Deadly here on home turf. The Secret Purvis came up with a win here in London as well. And then Jacob Fatu interrupting the action in the US Championship match between LA Knight and Braun Strowman as heated and angry and
Miz with the it kicks.
Fatu. Charlotte
taking it to the sternum of Jimmy Uso.
As Michin gave everything she could, but the figure 8 put that to end. And then Kevin Owens came out as a distraction to Randy Orton. Drew McIntyre hit the Claymore and came up with the win against the Viper.
I don't know what happened there. Jimmy Uso kicks out
just
at 2.
At the last second.
Split second away from victory for the Miz, and these two have really been dropping the heavy artillery over the past 60 seconds or so. The Miz coming off the better out of the 2. Now spinning that Rolodex in his head. How do I finish off one half of the greatest
Miz with classic Miz offense into the corner.
Well, this helps.
Oh, shit! He's got his bell rung on that one.
There from the Miz, got his angle
Wow.
totally wrong. And Big Jim's going to capitalize.
Big Jim, it looked like a Mamba splash. And
You enjoying the show? Yeah, I'm good. Best part, Big McIntyre beats Randy Orton. Tell you what, mate, last bit of the show is going to be awesome. Go check it out. I'm going to head to the pub. You and I are going to get mad with it, Big Jim. Here we. Jackie, you got some
Excuse me,
questions?
true. Yes, I know you're on
More
your way out, but I
Jackie
wanted to say
Redmond.
congratulations on your victory tonight over Randy Orton. I was hoping that I could get your thoughts on said victory
Jackie?
and what happened tonight and
I got it from here, Jackie. Don't worry. You see what happened? I don't care about other people's business. When nobody screws Drew McIntyre over, when nobody gets involved with my business, I win. I defeat Randy Orton. I called out Damian Priest last week. Not even showing. Doesn't have the balls. So I'm going to go out in the town. Lou's going to beat me. Everybody's invited. Get mad with Drew and Louis Capaldi. Good night, everybody.
And his favorite singer.
Oh, fuck.
Damian Priest was waiting on the other side.
I don't think he's going to the pub tonight. He might be going to the hospital.
But it's Damian Priest getting the jump here on McIntyre.
That's somebody's car. Oh my God. That's a lawsuit. Timu Undertaker is mad.
Well, no security.
Oh, God, he's going to run him over.
These two.
Fast one. All right, Priest. Yeah.
He's going to run him over. What the fuck? Okay, that person is definitely going to have a problem with their insurance company.
Any more jokes?
Without a doubt.
No, right? Shut up!
Jesus
Rest in peace,
Christ.
jackass.
Give me a medic!
Get me a medic.
The amount of shattered glass, the
I don't
impact
think
of that
Drew's
south
going
of
to the
heaven,
pub.
The entire windshield just burst as 275 pounds.
Glass
came
isn't stuck in
crashing
Drew's
down.
back.
That
No, it's
was
in his
a
eye, apparently.
brutal
That's not real
attack
wrestling.
by
Hey,
Daniel
you know what?
It had been a great
Find me a
night
river.
for McIntyre, beating the Viper Randy Orton and expecting to go to the pub with
Drew went
Lewis
through the
Capaldi.
windscreen.
Things have
That's
changed
what
in
it's
the big
called
ring
in the
next to
UK, the
street.
windscreen.
CM Punk is here.
I guess we
He's
won't see any
surrounded
problems
by
between
security.
Drew McIntyre and
A week
CM
after
Punk.
They couldn't keep their fists from flying at each other. When he sees the aftermath of what happened.
Likes what he sees. Apparently no love lost between those two.
Oh, perfect
Security
timing.
surrounding Punk. It's Reigns, Rollins,
Perfect
and Punk.
timing.
The
What about the
contract
guy that
signing
went through the?
is coming up next.
What about the guy that went through the table, man? He gets his windshield smashed. He goes through a table. This is not a good night for a guy. He's tee-heeing. Speaking of tee-hee, here you go, buddy. Guessed it. That's my favorite part. When you got to finish the team. The team. You want 3 Goldbergs? You guessed it. Oh, man. What about Goldberg, man? Goldberg's really lobbying for that one final match in 2025. I don't know, man. I'm not... Like, Goldberg, like, I don't know, like, Goldberg I was never a Goldberg guy. Fuck the Bill Goldberg. Yeah, I was never a Bill Goldberg guy, man. It just wasn't for me. Like, a couple times I was like, oh, wow, okay, that was cool. But, like, for me to be like, I need to see Bill Goldberg in 2025, I'm good. Honestly. I wish somebody would go back to him and be like, Bill, we're good, bro. They're just doing a recap of John Cena's appearance this time in Glasgow from this past Monday. Me neither. Him ending Brett's career solidified it for me. Sticking up for the old countryman, huh? Sticking up for the old countryman. Crazy how a kick like that ended Brett's career. Just a kick like that. And they... Whose emotes are those? Who had the bright idea to come up with the Canadian flag? Papa Clutch, of course. I forgot Papa Clutch is Canadian. That's right. He does. I think he moved out of Canada. Did he move from Canada? I gotta double check. I think he left Canada and moved to the States recently. I want to say, I don't want to misspeak, but I forgot Papa Clutch was Canadian. Too many damn Canadians. Too many damn Canadians, man. As Brett tells it, Goldberg said, watch for the kick. That was all the warning he gave Brett and kicked him in the head. It's crazy because it doesn't look like a super stiff kick. It doesn't look like a kick that like caught Brett like off guard and whiplashed him. He just I guess caught him good enough to jumpstart all the other issues that Brett ended up having. I think he ended up getting a concussion from that kick too, right? He knocked him out loopy. I don't know. Man, this is a really long recap for all of John Cena's words. The concussion ended it. But I feel like it spearheaded the stroke that he ended up having after that too. I know he ended up having a stroke. And I feel like it kind of maybe kick-started that. I don't know. But Brett is I don't think we're gonna get a forgiveness segment like we did with Shawn Michaels on that one episode of Raw. I think the hatred. Fuck that shaved gorilla. Brett called him a shaved gorilla. I like this heel John Cena, Triple H, HBK, Paul Heyman, Undertaker, all letting Cena be a heel, which Vince allowed Cena to do. Would you have Cena leave with the title and be off TV until SummerSlam? Hell no. I think that is the worst idea you could do. I just have Cena lose. I mean, I feel like a horrible wrestling fan, but I mean, I wouldn't take the belt off of Cody. I think taking the belt off of Cody is a mistake. So I hope that's not the plan. I think maybe
become a record 17-time world champion.
I don't know. I wouldn't take the belt off of Cody. That's all
Cody
right.
Rhodes says, "Wait a second, this ain't your time anymore, pal. Something has to
I don't
give."
know. That's a very interesting question. I wouldn't want to be Triple H and the decision makers put the belt on. It doesn't do anything.
WrestleMania is presented by.
It doesn't do anything for me. Because like it's not like he can have a full-time schedule. It's not like we're gonna see a ton of title defenses from John Cena. We're not. Time's up, man. Time's up. Your time is not now. I mean, I love John Cena. Don't get me wrong. I recognize John Cena as one of the GOATs, no doubt. But business isn't broken. Business is doing a lot better than whenever John Cena was ever champion. Vince never let Cena be a heel. Bray wanted Cena to be a heel because Vince cared about money. John Cena as a heel does not make as much money as John Cena as a good guy. And Vince cares about money, which obviously is not something to really argue about.
The biggest triple threat match in the history of WrestleMania.
But the heat, it doesn't.
Seth Rollins.
If there's nothing that's going to come from the heat is useless. It's just a moment in time. It's a Tony Khan move. It's a move to do something for the sake of a reaction, but the reaction is not going to be substantial. Here's Roman Reigns. Everybody get your ones up. Heat for the sake of heat is pointless. The heat is people wanting Cena to lose it for being a dick. No, they won't. They won't because it's a record-setting win. At the end of the day, they'll look at it and go, well, Cena's a jerk, but if anybody decides to have the most world titles, it's John Cena. So there's no heat. There's no heat. Once you say, I am done, I am leaving after this moment, whether I win or lose, it's pointless. It's pointless. Because the whole point of the heat is you build it up for something to happen. The heat with him winning is just going to build up, and then he's going to go away for a month or two, maybe defend the title one time, and when he defends the title that one time, he ends up losing. So all of this and all of what Cody has done for the past year, for it to just be like, oh, let's just end it, you know? But what if he plays it up and says, I'm not going anywhere? If he doesn't decide to hang it up, he's an idiot because he cannot make the money that he is making from Hollywood and doing these movies and doing these appearances and doing all these endorsements that he can with WWE. It's just, and the fact that he's 40-something, He's not on a regular schedule, so he doesn't work the same way as the other guys in the WWE work. It wouldn't for the long run, for the picture of what the WWE is supposed to be after WrestleMania 41, to me, it just doesn't make sense to put the belt on him. Because we already know he's not going to keep it, and he's going to lose it fairly quickly because the time's a ticking. The John Cena moments are very few and fleeting coming, so it's, if it was a thing where it would be like, let's say if he did it this way, if he says, I win the world title, I win my 17th world title, and I do not retire until I lose that title, then maybe I can see it working. Because again, the whole caveat is he's going to keep going until he loses that title. So we don't know if that can last 6 months. It could last a year. It's all dependent on how many times he wants to defend it, how many times he wants to be on TV, how many times he wants to work. But it leaves everything out in the open. But once you say, I'm done, what's the point? I want Cena to win to shut the fuck up about Flair. I wouldn't mind that either. Again, but I would have done it if we have to put the belt on Cena just to get that number. When Cena said, I plan on retiring, I wouldn't have gave it a definitive date no matter what. What I would have said is, I will win my 17th title, I will defend my 17th world title, and the day that I lose my 17th world title is the day that I retire. And then that'll make more sense because everything is out in the open. Like, everything is up in the air. There is no definitive end date to anything. But we shall see. I think Cena drops the belt to Cody in the long run at Survivor Series. Too long. He's not going to be around for Survivor Series. Triple H, HBK, Heyman make Cody chase Cena. Then Cena turns the belt over to Cody in his last match. Cena's last match might be with Joe Hendry. Cena's last match with Joe Hendry would be the dumbest thing ever in the world. I would never, ever make that John Cena's last match to be against Joe Hendry. I think he should have a match against Joe Hendry, but I don't think that should be the last one. That would be a very, very bad one. I don't think he's not going to be around for Survivor Series. He might be around for SummerSlam at the very most. This guy has got one foot out the door. He doesn't want to be there. Angle versus Corbin was the dumbest. I'm saying in John Cena's career. I'm not saying in anybody's. I'm saying in John Cena's career. John Cena versus Joe Hendry to be John Cena's last match. I like Joe Hendry, but he is not on that level. He is definitely not on that level. I think I like Joe Hendry, but there is a lot of Joe Hendry, I would say, is 85-15. 15% being just a little bit of hype. Just a little bit of hype. I'm not saying he's bad, but in WWE, he would just be another guy to me. In WWE, he would just be another guy. I don't see him as a needle mover to put the company on his back. I don't think it would work out well for Joe Hendry if he was put in that position in WWE. If they build him up, yeah. But to take what he's done now and the buzz that he has around him now and say that's enough to put a company behind him, for TNA level, yeah, it works for TNA level. For WWE level, it's a little tricky.
London!
acknowledge me.
Gotta throw up the ones. Throw up the ones. Roman Reigns chant. He loves it. He loves it.
Just beautiful. The way you sing to your tribal chief, it's just beautiful.
W Ringside for double streams today. All right, well, every Monday and Friday, I try to add a little extra with the WWE 2K and then do the watch along. I don't want to be just strictly a watch along streamer. I want to try to add as much variety to streams, but I'm happy that you're here, Jay Benz. Hopefully you're doing well. Happy Friday to you, Jay Benz. Thank you for joining the stream. Getting ready for this contract signing.
That's what I'm talking about right there. That's the OTC for you, baby. The biggest star on the planet.
Can I be honest? I don't know. I guess you can be honest.
For 2 reasons. One, to be acknowledged. Check. And 2, well, number 2 was to sign this contract.
This Mania build has been off for me? In what way?
Looks like we checked those boxes. And that means my
He got interrupted by little brother. He got interrupted by little brother. I certainly don't disagree with Jay Benz about this WrestleMania build. It's had some strong suits. It's had some strong suits. My thing is, I'm scared it's a little too heavy in the sense of we got a couple like triple threat matches. We got a couple potential triple threat matches. And it kind of feels like they're trying to add as many people onto the card so as many people make that WrestleMania payday as possible. And I hope they don't fall into that. Because the feuds kind of don't make sense. I mean, in what way? Because I struggle to see how they don't make sense. Seth Rollins is actually dressed pretty normal. Look at that. They haven't been building the triple threat match. Cena versus Cody build has not been it because Cena always addresses the fans, but not Cody. That last part, I can see that last part makes sense. You kind of say like Cena's motivations, I guess you could say. Cena's motivations are a little bit different. Maybe his motivations are not necessarily to go after Cody, but his motivations are to actually stick it to the fans by beating Cody. So maybe his focus and his attentions are in the wrong spot, but there is some thought process behind it. The building of the triple threat match, I don't agree with because, I mean, this thing has been closing out every single... It either opens the show or it closes the show. They've been killing it with this situation between Roman and Seth and CM Punk. And I feel like it's only going to get better. I feel like the favor that CM Punk is looking for plays a big part.
You all do got some beautiful singing voices. It's the truth. Roman, I don't know why you're in such a hurry to leave, man. This is our building. We got a lot of history here. 12 years ago, we landed on the roof of this place in a helicopter. We came down those stairs right here, ready to burn down the old guard. We put The Undertaker through that there table. We were ready to remake this company in our image. Don't get me wrong, a lot has happened in the past 12 years. We fought against each other, we fought with each other. There's been a little bit of love, a whole lot of hate, but I dare say, London. I dare say we accomplished our mission. We accomplished our mission. And you are this.
We. You keep saying we. Our mission. We died a long time ago.
They did. He's right.
It's only been me.
Time to move on from the Shield, methinks.
But I've done all the work. I've made this place what it is today. I took us to the level that we are here today. I made this place better than we found it. I'm the one that made us desirable to Netflix. I'm the one that took us into billion-dollar deals. Tell me what you have done, huh? What have you done?
I'll tell you what I've done. You, it's that mindset that keeps me having to screw you. You understand
Pause.
that? And your biggest mistake is not understanding the danger that's right in front of us, the danger that's right in front of you. You let the biggest snake in the world, CM Punk, into the garden. And you could have cut his head off at War Games, but instead you shook his hand.
By the way, if you stuck through the ads, I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
At the garden, but you didn't. And now
I'm the tribal chief around here. Yeah, you see me, the tribal chief.
The tribal
That's
chief.
right.
Clean up your mess again.
They will never let this Shield beef die. The only way the Shield beef lives on is if Dean Ambrose ever makes his return to the WWE. Thank you for using the animation, guys. All right, Cena just talks about fans' loyalty and how he says they are awful, but they have supported him ever since he went into his prime about 08. And the crazy thing about it is because he always wreaks havoc on the mic against wrestlers, but this time Cody is babying him every time. I mean, that's kind of the way it is. You know, Cody's the guy, right? Everybody knows Cody's the guy. Cody needs to go in there. He knows he's going up against John Cena on the microphone, so he knows he's got to bring fire, and he's got to bring more fire than Cena. Because if he doesn't bring more fire than Cena, Cena's going to hit him with a fine speech, and then it's over. You know, so Cody has to be on his A game, and I think that's mainly why I've been kind of a fan of this whole situation between John Cena and Cody Rhodes, because Cena, for the build-up, has not been dog-walking Cody. Cody's not been dog-walking Cena, but you would expect Cena to have the edge, and to me, it's kind of neck and neck between the way they've been delivering these promos. Now, I'm interested in seeing, since this is the last John Cena appearance till Mania, I want to see them get physical. I want to see a brawl. I need to see a pull-apart brawl at this contract signing come Monday on Raw. This needs to be crazy. This needs to be talked about. If this is the last John Cena appearance we're going to get till Mania, they need to go all out. Punk having a better time in London than the last time he was there. Wonder if anyone fears for their life.
Well, you need a highlighter? What are you doing? You thumbing through this thing? Go to page 4, clause 5. Hey, buddy, this is TV today, Junior. Let's go. Wise man, please, just smarten him up already, man.
I disagree about Cena and Cody getting physical. I don't want them to touch before Mania. I need a pull-apart brawl. Too many promos is not going to sell me on the match.
And it's in there.
Because what if the match is a stinker? What if the match is a bore
You're
fest?
closing the show at WrestleMania. You get to live your dream of all dreams, CM Punk. You are a WrestleMania main eventer.
You know, that felt good for Paul to say to Punk on a real life level. Punk trying to hold it together. Rollins doesn't want Punk to have his moment. This is fantastic.
See what I'm saying? One man's
dream
is another man's favorite. Check.
No. This is not something to laugh at. No. Wipe those tears out of your eyes. You don't deserve it. He doesn't deserve it.
There it is. No. That triple threat match is closing WrestleMania, ladies and gentlemen.
Main eventing WrestleMania is sacred. It's the most important thing in the world to me. It means more to me than anything.
He said it didn't mean anything to him.
Anything except the fact that you never main event WrestleMania. He doesn't deserve it, and this is your fault, and this is your fault.
This is a big moment. Seth is hot. Hey, calm down, buddy.
London.
Thank you, London. Thank you, Chicago. Thank you, Louisville, Kentucky. Thank you to the fans. Thank you, as corny as it sounds, to the WWE Universe who stood by me and chanted my name.
Why didn't he thank Jacksonville?
Long years. Thank you.
No.
They're running overtime.
He shouldn't be thanking you. There's only one person you should be thanking. You should be thanking your tribal chief.
They're running overtime.
Because of me, you're in the main event. So please, take this moment. Let's close the show with a big thank you and an acknowledgement to your tribal chief. Go ahead now. Do it right. The right way.
I love Roman. I love Roman. I agree with Jay Benz. I need that brawl to up the ante on that contract signing on Monday. I'm the same. I believe the same thing.
Thank you, my tribal chief, the holder of the Ulafala, the head of the table, the big dog.
No.
Thank you.
No.
For allowing a kid from Chicago to be graced by your presence. Thank you, my tribal chief, for allowing me to stand in your ring, and thank you so much. Thank you, Roman Reigns, so very much, but because of you, I will see you in the main event of WrestleMania.
Yo, Seth is gonna lose it. Seth is so mad. You got it. Yeah, the big dog line was cold. Yeah, it was.
Thank you. But that's not the favor that I'm owed.
Oh, no. Uh-oh. What? 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 What is this? What? They these goddamn cliffhanger endings. I think Heyman's turning on Roman. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know if I can see it happening, and I don't know if being that I can see it happening is the reason why I say it's gonna happen. So I let me Jesus fucking Christ. That's how I feel after the end of SmackDown. Thank you for the bits, Mike, you jerk. You fucking jerk. Anyway, I can see it happening, but I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen. Also, do we know we have to know. Yeah, like I'm 50-50 on it. Like I'm 50-50 on it. I don't know if it's going to happen, but it may happen. It may happen. I don't know if it's going to happen. When do we find out what the favor is? We only got, 22 days? 22 days till Mania? When do we find out what the favor is? You know? Jason says, now, folks, that is what you call a cliffhanger. I think Heyman leaves Mania with CM Punk after Punk wins. What? You remember the Boiler Room Brawl? How it ended with the Boiler Room Brawl with Paul Bearer turning his back on the Undertaker and aligning himself with Mankind, thus dissolving his relationship with the Undertaker. What if it's something like that happens at the end of Mania? You know, Paul Heyman has like a chair or a sledgehammer or something, you know, and he takes out Roman Reigns, or he goes in and low blows Roman Reigns, and then that allows CM Punk to hit the go to sleep for the win, because at the end of the day, CM Punk just cares about winning at WrestleMania. He doesn't care about how it's going to happen. He just knows that it needs to happen. And he can't let Seth win, so fuck it. If Paul Heyman wants to help him out and realign the CM Punk and Paul Heyman relationship, what if we don't find out the favor which is Paul Heyman helping CM Punk win at WrestleMania till it happens? What if that's the favor? What if that's the favor? This favor is the bane of this whole feud's existence. You know? Either way, somebody is turning heel. Somebody's turning heel. We still don't know what the favor is exactly that Heyman owes Punk. See, it got us talking. What is the favor? Yes, that's the main. What is the favor? What is the favor? Initially, I thought it was something small, like, hey, at WrestleMania, I want you in my corner advocating for me during WrestleMania and not Roman. But I think now it's gonna be more so, I want you to help me win at WrestleMania and make sure I win my one and only WrestleMania main event, you know? It's either that or a match against Cody. A match against Cody would be too simple, because if you think about it this way, if CM Punk wins at WrestleMania and he beats Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, shouldn't that put him in line for a championship opportunity against Cody anyway? You know what I'm saying? Shouldn't that put him right there in the number one contender spot? He just beat Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. So he should already be the number one contender to go against Cody. I think that's the route they could go. I honestly think CM Punk doesn't know what the favor is just yet. Not even CM Punk knows what the favor is just yet. He just knows that he can cash in a favor at any opportunity because he is owed one. So what if the favor doesn't come to the actual WrestleMania main event? That is storytelling. That is storytelling. This is why WWE is so hot right now, is because they're allowing us to have conversations like this. We feel like this is more of an intriguing, thought-provoking process of entertainment, not just feeding us circus, hokey-pokey shit like we're a bunch of kids. You know, this is feeding us things that we're going to write theories about, and we're going to write think pieces, and we're going to try to dissect, and we're going to try to pick and prod and pull apart as to what we think is going to happen. But in reality, the only ones that really know what are going to happen are the people that are performing, you know? So this is what makes WWE such a hot product right now. A fantastic way to end the show, man. Wow. You know, you see real emotion from CM Punk. Once he was known that he's going to get that WrestleMania main event, and how much that has meant to him over his career, to finally get that opportunity and to get the news from Paul Heyman right then and there. It's a big thing. It's a big thing, and it was a fantastic. It was fantastic. In my opinion, Cena wins, and then Cody loses it, and then gets his rematch against him and loses again. Then he has a feud possibly against Orton or Punk, and then we go from there, to be honest, just me doing some fantasy booking. The problem is with that is, like, what happens with Cena and the belt? You gave me everything that's going to happen with Cody, and Cody losing his way, having to go through now Orton, okay, let me see if I get this right. Cody loses it, and then he gets his rematch against him, loses it again, then he has a feud possibly against Orton or Punk, and then we go from there. That's what is the motivation? The motivation for Cody Orton is that Orton wants his 15th World Championship, and he wants to be able to beat his former protege. So the motivation for Cody Orton is there. Orton simply just wants to show that he can defeat his former protege to win his 15th and possibly final World Championship. Punk without the championship, if you're trying to sell me a story of Punk and Cody, okay, I understand you're talking about Cena since he'll be the champion, but then what happens with Cody? You have to have a balance of, we can't just let someone like Cody just kind of go up in the back burner. Cody's not a back burner superstar. You understand what I'm saying? So there has to be a clear-cut direction of which way Cody goes, because if he's not in the World Championship picture, whether he has it or he doesn't, there's a problem. That's the problem. So you're saying Cena has the championship while Cody, he has a rematch against him. He loses the rematch, so he doesn't even get the title back. And then he has a feud against Orton or Punk. But what's the price? What's the price? Cody's not going to fight just for a fight. You know? He needs that prize. It makes a lot more sense for him to lose it then have a feud against Punk, who wins the triple threat match at WrestleMania, so that puts him in line. I'm saying eventually Cody will win it back, but you said he lost it twice. You said he loses it against Cena and then he loses the rematch. I'm trying to follow your logic here. So he loses it twice. He loses it at Mania, and then he loses it at a rematch. So again, if not, then I see Punk getting it. Punk eventually is going to get his world title. Punk eventually is going to get his world title. I think that's without a doubt. He's eventually going to be a holder of a world title. I think if anybody is going to dethrone Cody at a certain point, I think it's easiest to build a story with Punk more so than Cena. Again, the reason I say Punk over Cena is because we know Cena is leaving. Cena already said he is leaving. He's not sticking around. At least we don't know how long CM Punk is going to stick around. CM Punk could be here for the next 5 years. He could be here for the next 10 years. You got plenty of time to do all these different things with CM Punk because we know CM Punk is going to stick around. John Cena is not sticking around. So you're putting the title on a guy who is not sticking around. And then if you go, well, he could just lose it the next night or the next pay-per-view or the next whatever, then what the fuck is the point in the first place? If we could already predict when he's going to lose it, what is the point of him even winning it? You understand what I'm saying? Don't do the Tony Khan thing and just do certain things for nostalgia purposes to get a pop from a certain subsect of fans. Always go with the most logical point of direction. If you go with the most logical point of direction in wrestling, you will never catch yourself in a trap. If you put the belt on Cena, knowing Cena is going to retire in a certain time frame, then whatever you build up for Cena to do with the belt, who's going to give a shit? We already know the ending. The reason WWE is the hottest ticket in town right now is because we don't know what they're going to do. We have no idea what they're going to do. As we saw with the end of SmackDown just now. SmackDown just ended, fade to black, and we're all just like, what the fuck? You know? So you got to do what the most logical thing is to do. I think the best thing to do is have Cody win, maybe have a rematch with Cena, but then that probably kills Cena in a little bit to where he doesn't win the rematch, and then it's like, well, fuck, he didn't even win the WrestleMania match, and then he loses the rematch. Maybe Cena is washed. You don't want to give the illusion that John Cena is washed. That's the last thing you want to do. So if he loses, he loses. You know? I think Cody should retain. I think Cody should retain at WrestleMania. That's why Cena has to win. You're focusing on Cena winning, but again, I'm telling you the simple fact that we know he's leaving, and we know he's leaving rather shortly. Then that means we're just tossing the belt around to whoever for nostalgia purposes. I'm not in the business of doing things for nostalgia purposes. I'm not giving the belt to Cena simply so he can have his 17th championship and everything's hunky-dory, he wins. If I don't know what I'm doing afterwards, if I don't have a clear-cut plan for 3 months to 6 months after WrestleMania, then I don't want to do that. In 3 to 6 months, do we know if John Cena is going to be around in the WWE? No. We don't know John Cena is going to be around. Not only that, he wins the 17 championship. Big whoop-de-doo. He wins the 17 championship, and we don't see it for another month, and we have another Brock Lesnar situation. Is that what you guys want? Do you guys want another Brock Lesnar situation where we barely remember that he's the champion because he only shows up every 90 to 120 days? No, I don't want that. I don't want that. I want a champion that shows up like Cody with the belt, whether it's by his side, around his waist, or on his shoulder. He shows up with the belt and he says that he is the champion and he is the man you gotta beat. That to me is the champion. That to me is the champion. If I'm running a wrestling promotion and I'm on TV and I have a world champion, you best believe you'll see my world champion at least every other week. You can't slap some sense into me. I've been dissecting professional wrestling for so long. I can go another 3-4 hours on this stream just dissecting all of this. But the clear-cut way to do things is have Cody retain, so that way you can build upon a story with Randy Orton, and then you can build upon a story with CM Punk, and then you revisit Roman Reigns. Respect your elders. Yeah, okay. Imagine that. I think Cena leaves for a while after Mania and we only get video packages until SummerSlam. Probably right, Jason. And again, do you want your world champion? Is that how you want your world champion represented? Not me. Not me. Nostalgia doesn't mean that much to me. Not to me. I'd rather have my champion on the show either week in, week out, every other week, but just be there, be present. When Brock Lesnar was the champion, it was some of the worst. Remember, they even said it. 2019 was one of the worst years for WWE programming. And half the time, Brock Lesnar wasn't even there. He was the champion, but he wasn't even there. He wasn't even there. Mind you, the other company, their world champion, he keeps the world championship in a briefcase. Meet me at the Monkey Bars at noon. I'm more of what's the game with the tetherball? Meet me at the tetherball court. The tetherball court I can work with. Monkey bars I don't really mess with. But meet me at the tetherball court and we can settle this. Again, I just feel like Cena should have done kind of the same thing that Rock did, because he'll not only be able to cuss and speak freely kinda, but he's able to really cut an insane promo, and he continues to do so until SummerSlam. The problem is that's not John Cena. John Cena is not a guy that drops F-bombs and, like John Cena the person. John Cena is a very eloquent, very sophisticated speaker. He knows how to use his voice, and he played those people in Glasgow. He played them like a fiddle. He played them like a fiddle when he was like, I'm going to say this and you guys are going to what chant me like a bunch of idiots. And what did a bunch of idiots do? They what chanted him. The Cena's game when it comes to promos is speaking eloquently, speaking to the point, and getting to business. This is how you know Cody's keeping up with Cena. Cena has not hit him with that fine speech. If Cena hits you, and you can look this up, you can YouTube this, you can Google this, you can do whatever you need to do. Look up John Cena and fine speech. When John Cena hits you with that fine speech, he's going to eviscerate you. He's going to ruin you. So I think Cena knows that Cody is up there with him in the promo game. That's why these promos have worked. But I need something big. I need something big come Monday. I need a pull apart brawl. And we said this on the podcast too. I'd love to see a pull apart brawl that goes from the ring to ringside area. They fight in the crowd. They're fighting backstage. They're fighting in the concessions. They're fighting at the merchandise area. I mean, all over the place. I need absolute chaos. Okay? Because remember, we only have, I think SmackDown said 22 days left till WrestleMania, and I believe this appearance in London on Raw is John Cena's last appearance for WWE until WrestleMania. So, to me, I need the physicality. If he isn't destroying wrestlers on the mic as a heel, what the fuck is the point of him turning heel in the first place? It's like Cena turned heel for a cheap pop. I don't know. I was just expecting more from Cena. Because you expect Cena to turn his vitriol to Cody, but Cody's not the reason John Cena's heel. John Cena's heel because he realizes the window of time on his career is closing. John Cena realizes that he has a limited amount of time as a competitor, as a performer for WWE. And not only that, he lost the Royal Rumble. He got eliminated by Jey Uso at the Royal Rumble, right? He lost at the Elimination Chamber. His back's against the wall. If he wants to win the 17th World Championship, his back's against the wall. He's got to do it now. So he's got to do the most drastic thing possible. And what is that? He's got to shed whatever. It's sort of like this. You ever see those movies where like there's like a vigilante and they tell the vigilante, if you want to keep up doing with what you're doing and standing up for justice, you can't get involved with other people because something can happen to those other people and they can be used against you as like a pawn to break whatever concentration you need. That's the same thing with Cena. He is shedding his loyalty to the fans because of the simple fact is the fans are not going to be the ones to help him. That's why he's turning his vitriol. He's realizing, hey, I spent 23 years and all they care about is some stupid meme about me being an invisible person. That's what it boils down to. That's what John Cena boils down to. He's a giant meme about an invisible person, and for the past 23 years or whatever, he's had to be like, ha ha, that's so funny. Yes, John Cena, you can't see me. Ha ha ha. And he's had to do that for 23 years. He's had to fucking sit there, and anytime he's out trying to grab a bite to eat, and just having a sandwich or going out to dinner with his wife, somebody has to come up to him and go, John Cena, can I have your autograph now? Can I have a picture now? And for the past 25 years, he's had to sit there and be complacent and abide by that to keep his status as John Cena up and to maintain this life. And finally, he's about to end it all. He's about to ride off into the sunset. And before he rides off into the sunset, he turns around and he goes, you know what? Fuck you guys. All right? Fuck you guys. All you guys who made me a meme and made me a joke and booed me when I said I needed neck surgery and all this other stuff. I still rode for you and I still maintained my status for you, and all you did was boo me and run my name through the mud and tell me that Cena sucks and there was die Cena die. Remember the die Cena die portion of John Cena's career? That was a real dark time. So again, it's John Cena's heel turn has nothing to do about his opponent, Cody Rhodes. John Cena's heel turn is simply based upon shedding the loyalty that he has attached himself with these fans. It's more so the fans. His vitriol is against the fans. And I think that's what makes this heel turn even a little bit more multi-layered. Because again, like, Jay Ben said, when a heel turns a heel, you expect the heel to turn their focus onto whoever their next opponent is. John Cena's turned his attention to the fans. And then Cody has to be the one to stand up for the fans. I mean, look at Cody's new merchandise. Cody has a new shirt that says, I won't give up. Cena did. So Cody's whole point in this whole story is, if Cena's going to turn his back on the fans and give up on the fans after 20-something years, fine, fuck it. I'll be the champion I need to be, and I'll take your spot. How about that? So that's how Cody fits into the whole situation. I like it. Again, I need a brawl, despite how much Mike doesn't want to see it happen. I need a brawl to happen, and that brawl needs to be massive. It needs to be broken tables, a wonderful soliloquy. I didn't even know. What is exactly a soliloquy? I don't even know. But I need massive chaos. I need somebody to go, wow, they're going crazy for this match at WrestleMania. But that's how I think it's going to be. Anyway, it is late. It is going to be 11:30 my way, so I appreciate all of you hanging out with me and watching some wrestling and being part of the conversation. It needs nails in the back or else fed in the mud. Calm down, WWE Real One. Calm down, WWE Real One. We don't need any of your tribalistic jargon infiltrating our chat. Anyway, guys, I am going to be back tomorrow at 6:30 watching NXT. I'm catching up on NXT, and then after NXT, going to be watching AEW Collision. So if you want to talk wrestling tomorrow, I'll be on. I almost pissed myself. Jesus Christ. I almost peed myself. I really almost peed myself. That was crazy. Oh my God. Anyway, I'm sending you guys over to Brock. Right now he's playing Fortnite. Brock is AKA married to video games. He was in here earlier. He deserves a bunch of love, and you guys should definitely check him out. He's a great guy. He's also got a little baby on the way. All right, he's got a little baby on the way, so he definitely deserves some support. He's a great guy. Check out his stream. He's just hanging out playing some Fortnite. Say hello. Again, we always want to be a supportive community and show we got love for other content creators out there. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Jay Benz. Thank you, Bella. Thank you, Brock, for showing up earlier. Everybody that came in and hang out today, thank you so much. I appreciate every single one of you, and I shall see you tomorrow for NXT and Collision. Enjoy the rest of your Friday night. Get some rest, get some relaxation in, and we'll talk tomorrow. Take care, guys.